Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Go until you're out of sight and you're out of my mind. Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Floating as the river flows, easy as it goes to the ocean. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never try. Secrets in your eyes. You go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart, heart. Breaks my heart, 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 heart. Breaks my heart, 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 heart. Breaks my heart, heart, heart. Breaks my heart. Lost in the midnight blue, shadows of the moon. Here with open arms for you, feeling something so new. Said with me you'd reach the sun. Oh, but we were so young. Love me till the summer's done, but keep me in your heart, so I hold on. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never try. Secrets in your eyes. You go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart. Colors of the sky, breaks my heart. All I see is colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. Colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. But all I see is colors of the sky. Colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. All I see is colors of the sky. to the ground now, and somehow I feel like you don't know me. Shook me to the ground now, I don't even know how. Brought me to a life that you never showed me. Coming from the locked up ghost of yourself, but you're coming from the light. There's more to you than you ever thought there was. Yeah, you're coming from the light.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. My name is Resorty, and to you, one and all, I say, I might be getting overheated today. We'll see. Hello, friend. Hello, Noms. How are you? Hi. Noms is home. It's Saturday. How exciting is that? You came in very quickly. I was not expecting you to say hello, and then boom, there you are. Oh boy. She came in like a wrecking ball. You know that song? Yeah, it's what, Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
And it came in like a wrecking ball. Some words here. What are the next words? Something at all. Next rhyme is at all.
No.
That's not it?
I never fell so hard in love or something?
No, as in rhyme. All songs must rhyme always. I don't know. I'll look up the lyrics later and memorize this song and sing it tomorrow for everybody.
You know, there's a good version of Wrecking Ball by, Jillian somebody.
Is Jillian Welch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a country singer, possibly?
Alt country?
Alt country.
It's a completely different song. She wrote her.
I see. Yeah. I see. Anyway, hello, folks. Good to see you today.
Oh, Germany. Wow.
Would you like to say hello in German?
Hi, Axis. Oh, hello. Hello.
I can see. There we go. It's more.
I don't know. What else?
Very good. Anyway, hello, friends. I had stories ready to tell, and I've forgotten all of them now.
Sorry.
So Noms has a meeting this morning at 9 o'clock, which is why...
I will be leaving before too long, and I'll leave you to it.
Why I definitely thought that she would be not joining us. I had a certain routine ready, but not here anymore. Good to see you, Dobby. How you doing, Gelizar? Pepper, it's a pleasure as always. Silent, hello. Lost, welcome.
Axis said hi to me. Hi.
Axis said hi to you in particular.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, Axis has no words for me, only for you, but that's very good. Yeah, it's a Saturday here. You'll see I'm wearing my brand new gown, my brand new robe. I actually don't know a word for an outfit like this, but it was my birthday gift, and I love, or not birthday, my Christmas gift, and I love it immensely. And I do worry, I may overheat today because it is Sherpa lined. How do we describe this?
You skinned a Sherpa and you put it in there?
I skinned a Sherpa. Now, Sherpa...
Yeah, it's called Sherpa lining. I don't know why.
Presumably because it keeps one quite warm climbing up Everest?
I guess so.
I guess so. What do I have for you today?
It's like fuzzy fleece.
It's fuzzy fleece, that's right. And so right now
a smoking jacket.
A smoking jacket. Yeah, I was thinking I need an ascot. I need some kind of like tie in here that makes me feel a little bit more regal, I suppose. Regal.
A little crown.
A crown, no, not a crown, not that kind of...
Let me go down to the Burger King, get you a little crown.
Do they actually do this here still?
I don't know. I saw Burger King the other day, but I didn't walk into it.
So we actually did have a Burger King crown in Nebraska. We wore on the very first time we ever played Crusader Kings 3.
Yeah.
And I think we're playing CK3 next Monday. So maybe we should go to the Burger King here and see if they'll give us a little paper crown.
Yeah, I forgot where I saw it.
Ginza,
maybe?
Over in Ginza, yeah. I suspect they will fully say... This is for baby. This is for children. It's not for you. And
no, it's Ginza, so it's probably like a golden crown that costs like $1,000.
Yeah, Ginza is the big fancy part of Tokyo, where they have all of the like flagship stores for the luxury brands you've heard of, like
Prada.
Prada.
Is that a luxury brand?
I think so. I always confuse Prada and Pravda. I think
really?
The second one's like a Russian news agency, maybe?
I confuse it with the Prado, which is a Spanish museum.
Also true.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way to get like a cross-collaboration between all of these.
Pravdao.
Glorious.
That sounds like Portuguese.
Yes, but I'll try to get myself a hat soon enough. Pepper, you always get a Waffle House hat. Ooh. I actually did not know that Waffle House
me neither.
Gave out hats, because I think I've been to a Waffle House once ever. I
And
live
I
in the
didn't
north,
see
of
any
course.
hats there, yeah.
Yeah. And what I saw, there were a lot of very drunk people, a lot of very angry people, and some workers just trying to give people breakfast.
Yeah.
And they were very friendly and very in control, but the customers were, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say like a basket of deplorables, but it was heading that direction in a hurry.
I think, don't you always get like an order of something with every... You go to a Waffle House and you order like a combo, I feel like they all come with maybe waffles.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Like
I don't
they
know.
all come with a side of something else because so if you're like, oh, I'm getting this nice egg plate, and then
Hash
there's
browns. Hash browns, ever says.
hash browns.
Yeah. Free hash
okay.
browns.
Oh,
And I think
I
like
love
super
potato
buttery.
products.
You do love potato products, it's true. For your birthday this past year, I considered going to every single grocery store around us, and there are 3 or 4 of them, and buying up literally all of the tater tots they had, and stocking our freezer with nothing but tater tots. And I decided against
Our freezer
this.
is very small.
It was a small freezer. I decided against it though because I thought it would be like too much of a good thing. And there would be a moment of like, oh, Resorty, I want to put, I don't know, like some ice cream in the freezer. There's no room for it. Or on the other side, it might be the case that you'd say, because there's so many tater tots, we have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner all the way through. And that's just not healthy, which is like obviously my most important concern.
Well, happily we have a steam oven, so they won't actually be deep fried.
We do. And that steam oven has worked really well. When we got it, I had no idea how it worked, but it's been one of the better purchases we've made.
Yeah, I still really don't know how it works, but
Yeah, last week, though, you made bagels in it.
probably like 2 weeks
2
ago.
weeks ago, you made bagels in it, and they were first rate, mighty tasty. Yeah, what do we have coming up? Monday, teaching returns.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Monday
Oh,
the
boy.
semester restarts. So by tomorrow, I'll have up on the Discord a list of stream times for the next few weeks, months, I guess. Still normal stream times, just ending a little earlier. Got to make sure that the students get taught, and be good. Should be good. Yeah. How you feeling about the semester coming?
I'm not ready.
Not ready.
Not ready.
Do you think that once the class actually starts and you've stood in front of the students and told your opening story and given your jokes, you will then feel ready?
I mean, I know what I'm doing the first day. I think I know what I'm doing the second day. The third day I'm switching around, so I need to put something in there.
All right.
Also, I need to give them an assignment on the third day, so.
Yeah, it's rough. So do you think that you'll be just trying to keep a day or two ahead of the students?
A week. I'm
A week
planning
ahead,
to be
right.
at least a week. Now, I do have a schedule laid out for the entire semester, so it's not like I'm just
Making it up.
stuff
Yeah. I, on the other
Yeah.
hand, just making stuff up. Yeah, guest station. We both work at a university. I'm a professor. She's a provost, which is the head of the faculty, and she's teaching this semester because she believes she's not busy enough. Clearly what she needs is one more thing to do in her life. So...
You know, I remember I used to get assignments for the first day.
Oh,
It was
so
like,
you'd be
please-
assigned before the
Yeah, when I was
semester
a student,
started.
it
Yeah.
would be like, please have read or have done this for the first day of class.
Yeah, I do remember at one of the schools, in my undergrad school, I received an email about a month before the semester started, and the professor had said, hello, you'll be my religion class. In the first week, we're discussing this text. Please have read all of it. It was like 150 pages, and they expected us to devote our summer break to reading a book. And I did. And I think actually most of the students in that class did.
Was it upper division?
It was upper division class. It was 300 level, I believe. Students were quite serious about the major. And that school definitely had a certain ethos of preparedness, because it was very small classes. And so if you had not done your work and a professor said, like, here, this is an important question, you answer it, and you had nothing to say, it was a problem for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suspect it's the case at this school. If we gave an assignment other than like, what is your name? Write it on a sheet of paper by the first day, no one would do it.
Well, I think very much now there's a lot of like what I might call shopping, not just here but at a lot of schools. Shopping for classes, so you're switching around what classes you want to take.
Yeah.
Maybe like people sign up for like 7 classes and they decide which ones they want to drop.
So how do you think that decision's made? So they sign up for 7 classes, they go to all of them, and?
Well, I think it depends on what's assigned.
True.
Right? Well, it seems like I think Axis is a student, so Axis might be able to know this better than we do. But Yeah, I think it depends on what the assignments are, where they fall, whether the class sounds interesting.
Yeah, if they think it's been an easy class, if they can understand the professor, if there's a good vibe between it. And Jay Brown's absolutely right. If you can be totally chill and, hey, we're having some fun here until they can't drop anymore, then they're stuck with you. Ah, ha, ha. The only problem with that is that COVID changed things. What did COVID change?
Oh, the drop date? The withdrawal date?
What's a drop date?
Well,
What's a drop date, huh?
The drop date is still there. The withdrawal date got pushed back.
Yeah, so our drop date is the day at which you get your money back, right?
Yeah, you still get it.
There's still one of those, you get all your money back. But at a lot of schools right now, as some of you probably know, you can leave the class without failing the class until the very last day of the semester. And this was initially put on because, like, COVID was weird and no one was quite sure how to take classes online. Confusing. But it's kind of just stuck around. I think it's going away. It's going away here before too long. But yeah, this past semester I had some students who were not doing terribly well. They were failing into the final weeks of the semester. And then they just disappeared from my roster. And that's fine. Like, I don't feel a strong need to fail people to feel good about myself. But yeah.
I think some people just forget to withdraw.
Yeah, sure.
But see, some professors do the opposite of what Jay Brown is saying. So some people are like really difficult for the first week or two.
As a kind of weed out.
As a weed out, or just to like give people the impression.
Yeah.
Like, to set high expectations and
then walk it back. Yeah, I think you said before that a lot of professors will say, I do not accept late work. I will punish everyone terribly if they do anything against me in any way. I'm the true master here. And then people say, oh gosh, this is terrifying, and leave. And then you show up later and it's like, hi, I'm glad you're all here still. Late work, of course, much you need to. But it's good to start with it.
You need to scare off just enough people to stay above minimum enrollment.
Exactly right.
Otherwise your class gets canceled.
Yeah, the minimum enrollment here is what, 5?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Can you imagine getting paid a full paycheck for teaching? Standard load is 3 classes a semester, right?
2.
2 classes a semester. Can you imagine getting paid a full amount for teaching 15 students a semester?
10.
Oh, 2, yeah. 10 students a semester. That's crazy. I gotta do that. All right, very good.
No, our class is always full because it's a required class.
Yeah, of course our classes fill. I'm going to find a way, though, to drive my students away a semester. I've decided I've got more important things to do than teach, and so I want to teach nobody. No, they're already full. They'll stay full, and that's just fine. Okay.
I've had...
Hello.
3 students asked to add my class.
Oh, wow. Your class has been full, but people reaching out saying,
oh, yeah.
I heard you're amazing. I heard you're the best teacher
here
here now.
Say, your class is offered at a time. They don't tell me this.
Exactly.
But I'm sure it is. Your class is offered at a time that is convenient to me.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. Where, because of streaming, I've tried to push my classes as late as possible in the class day. And I think my first class starts like 4:30 p.m., which... nobody wants to be taking classes then. Absolutely nobody.
I should have sent them to your class.
I mean, I think an email was sent out saying instead of expanding your course rosters, make sure you share students with other people.
I mean, I tried to, but the class that I teach, all of the sections.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
There's occasionally like one, but it'll get snapped up fast.
Yeah. Hello, Dobby. Thank you for the kind words today. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm excited for the semester to come. That said, I do wonder quite a bit how different students will be who are taking classes later in the day. This past semester, I taught at 11 something and then noon something, and the students were good. Like they were awake, they were attentive, they were into it. I've often thought that the students who take the earliest classes are often like the most serious. I taught a class at 7:30 or 8 a.m. a few years ago, and the students who were there and like understood the reason for college and studied hard, etc.
But didn't you have to call some of them in the morning?
It's true. There was one guy who was so unbelievably sincere, but apparently didn't understand how alarm clocks worked, and would claim that he'd set an alarm clock every single day and then show up a little bit late over and over again. And so I talked to him and I said, would it help if I called you? And he said, yeah, that'd be great. And so we set an alarm clock time where I had the alarm clock, and I would call him and I'd say, hello, it's your professor, get out of bed. And he did. That was wonderful. That worked really, really well.
Yeah, I've taught at 9, 11, and 1.
Yeah.
And I would say the students' ability to focus and pay attention gets worse throughout the day. Because especially at 1, everyone's full of lunch.
Yeah.
It's all nice and warm, and now it's nappy time.
Absolutely. I've had that happen where I taught just before lunchtime, and man, the second half of the class, there's a lot of like, oh boy, gotta go eat, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. I mean, so later classes will be exciting to see what happens. I'm hoping that because it's a little later in the day, I can give them end of class questions to think on, and they'll be able to actually go and think on them. Often I end a class with, hey, for next time, please think about this. And then I know they're immediately going to their next class.
Yeah.
Which means there's no time to think about it. Instead, there's turning to a different subject. But with this, like if they leave the college, if they go on the train afterwards, they'll have time to consider. And so that's the bright, shiny part I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I bet if you're later in the day, I should have said something about it. I bet if you're later in the day, online would enroll better.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure online would
because
enroll.
Of the commute, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the commute is worse the later in the day you get, as you know, because all the workers are heading home too.
That's true, but...
Yeah.
But do they want to stick around and then after your class?
I hope they do. I hope they show up.
Actually, then they would be with the heavy commute.
They would. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, that said,
So
I am
forcing people
forcing people to show up. That's true.
Commute.
Yeah, that said, I'm unwilling to teach online. I've done it before. Hate it. Can't imagine recording videos and standing and talking and telling stories to people who I cannot see. It'd be awful. What time is rush hour here? It's later than the U.S. by a little bit.
Like half an hour.
Half an hour later, yeah. Though there is a sort of more extended rush hour in the afternoon and evening because Japanese work culture is such that you do not leave when the workday is over temporally, like 5:30 hour to go. It's instead you leave when the workday is over hierarchically. So when the boss leaves, then you're allowed to leave. Socially,
like
culturally,
law firms.
like law
American
firms,
law
exactly right. So at if the boss is still there at 7:30 p.m., you're still there too, and it can get kind of ridiculous, especially if the boss says we need to do official business at the bar, and then you only get home at 2 a.m. or something. It's crazy. Anyway, you got a meeting in 3 minutes. Goodbye,
Bye.
noms. Goodbye, noms. Hello, friends. Just us again. I'm really excited for today's Rimworld Friday, Rimworld Saturday. This is a base we've been playing for a very, very long time. And I'm excited to continue playing it today. So let me go push this button here and pull it on up. Also, I'm happy to report, as usual, that we will have a new YouTube video of our ongoing Rimworld playthrough published tomorrow morning at about 8:30 my time, so about the same time that stream started today. And thanks for everyone who's been watching it and enjoying it. I'm consistently delighted by how many people watch it just as it becomes available. The very first one I ever uploaded, the five or six ago back, had like 10 views in the first hour and a half or 2 hours. And then, then like last week, it was like 75, 100 views in the first hour. And that was a really like cool feeling. Not just that people are enjoying it, but that people are getting on it right away. The new episode drops and boom, there it goes. And that's a nice feeling for sure. Hope you all enjoy it. Yeah, it's a fun one for sure. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the playthrough. I hope that continues all the way through. Yeah, more to say on another time, but I'd like to go ahead and get started on this one. Now, you'll recall, in each of the last 3 weeks of gameplay, I have made the same promise over and over again. And that promise is, today, we will fight the third mech boss. Allow me to say this for a fourth time. Today, we will fight the third mech boss. Do you believe me? Do you think this is true? That's the wrong file. You almost got to see some spoilers. It's this one here. All right, very good, very good, very good. By now, keeping my promise is breaking my promise. I think I'm usually pretty good at promises of like showing up these days, but as actually accomplishing this task, perhaps less so. You recall last week we pulled up the save file and it made a whole bunch of notes for ourselves with different letters of the alphabet. Today you'll see our notepad has only one note, and that note is an A, and the A stands for Apocryton, and that I believe is the third mech boss's name. So, very, very, very soon, I need to look around and get things stabilized real quick, but very, very, very soon, we're going to fight the third mech boss, and then maybe the playthrough's over, and that will be A-okay just fine. So, what was I thinking about the end of stream last time? I think there was a Lancer that was gestating, and I wanted to hold off on fighting until that Lancer was done. And the Lancer's done now, so I believe that Kalmar's bandwidth is totally full right now with 43 bandwidth. We have set up to build additional bandwidth nodes. There's probably something to say for doing as many improvements to our mech force before we fight as possible, but with that said, we're just going to go ahead and roll the dice and see what happens. Now, I think we discussed... Yeah, we did discuss what happens if Apricot comes from this direction or from this direction. And the truth of it is, I don't know. I know nothing of the mechanics of this fight, and so we're going to learn them together. Or those of you who know it are going to sit back and go tee-hee, and that should be a fun time. I probably should clear out all these trees so the enemies have no places to hide and to fight. But I trust my team to be able to get out there and shoot, and so on. Turrets. So we have a turret here. We tried to make a bunch of uranium mini turrets yesterday, or last time we played rather, and that went okay. It helped us fight off an earlier raid of what? What happened? I think we fought the first mech boss again to get something. I mean, to get to the special mech boss drop. Is that here somewhere, or did I already use it? What I've used it for? Probably something that goes into Kalmar's head. I know I used one of these mech gestation processors, but I'm relatively sure I got another one of those mech body parts. But what on earth do I want to do with it? Let me look at the research real quick and figure this one out. So we're researching just whatever right now. And this is the line where one uses signal chips. And... oh, does the mech band antenna require one to make? That's the thing that summons... no, it's not. I don't know. Anyway, who cares? We'll figure out another time. So I do want to go ahead and repair up the various broken bots, and Kalmar is doing that right now. We want to make sure also that the various broken bots have decent amounts of charge, and unfortunately they don't. So we'll invite Kalmar down here to go plug in Mac. And poor old Cheese Biscuits is still locked inside of her zone there. She's supposed to be our cooking bot, but she got stuck inside of a zone that was for an earlier fight. So we're going to move Cheese Biscuits back to the cooking area. Excellent. And then is anyone else stuck in this zone? Nope, everyone else is run free, but we'll keep that zone for microing the boss before too terribly long. I kind of like having this turret here, though I recognize a slight problem with it. Namely, it can be picked off from fairly far outside. So what I'm going to do is uninstall it entirely and then put it... I don't know. It depends entirely on where the boss comes from, but for right now, I'm going to go and put it just in a little stockpile right here so it's out of the way. We'll have enough time with the boss coming to deal with redeploying these. So it goes there. And I'll make it very important so it definitely gets put there instead of taken somewhere else. Okay. We tried to make some other ones over here. You'll notice the components are missing. We need 3 more components to make each of these turrets, I believe. And as of right now on turrets, we have absolutely none at all. I may have suspended that job because earlier we were struggling with steel. And we do have steel here now, but we need to get even more of it. This is probably a place where it would be a good idea to have more than one crafting robot to do more than one of these jobs, because they all do matter in their own special ways. For the moment, though, I'm going to invite Kalmar to come up here to knock out this steel to get the components we need to make those last 2 turrets. And I think, yeah, if the enemy attacks from this side, I don't know where I'll put my turrets. It's possible we'll put them back here and then try to invite the enemies to come fight in this way. I'm not exactly sure how we'll do that, possibly by using a pikeman to draw the enemy in closer, though I don't exactly know how leashing and chaining and moving mech bosses works yet. It's just something I don't fully understand. All right, So everything's smushed there, great. And yes, indeed, right away, Fairnet's core starts working on components. Like I said, we need 2 more of them to finish this one here, and then 3 more to finish this one here. So, looks good, looks good. Gym 2 here, my poor slave child is 12 years old. Very soon will be going into the machine. And then young Rog is, oh yeah, our very first ever high mate. She's also 12 years old. I've been told that high mates are a really interesting kind of character in that they can cause other characters to have very, very high mood increases by being cyclically bonded with them in some way. I hope that doesn't happen between Kelmar and Rog, because Rog needs to go into the machine also. And so it'd be very, very sad if Kelmar falls in love with someone and then we have to indebted her real quick. Done with researching the multi-barrel weapons. We'll definitely be making that eventually for the children to have some miniguns. But between now and then, we're going to do some basic research here on Devil Strand and such. And a component is moving, but I don't believe we're actually using it. Yep. One more component will be done soon. You'll also notice, as I pointed out multiple times last time, is we have a whole bunch of steel down here. We'd like to go ahead and smelt down. It's just so impossibly far away. The other thing we're doing for steel right now is we're having Big Boy, our miner bot, digging out more and more and more down this direction, deeper and deeper inside, because we want to have a quick path, or quick as possible, between the main base and this area here, where we're actually digging up plasteel beneath the ground. We have plasteel node there, we have a steel node up here, and unfortunately it's mostly children doing the work to dig those out. Hey Mimi, it's good seeing you. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Thanks for stopping in as always. And look at that, more steel, more good. Usually I would not allow any of my characters to go down to the pit and work. I would just leave the big bot doing it. So I want to see why exactly Gym 2 is allowed down there. The reason why is I never restrict Gym 2, so I'll put them inside of the do not go everywhere, and that will ensure that they don't spend all their life in the pits. It will also ensure then that they don't get caught out by either the dirtiness of this place or instead the infestations. Now, with that said, I am going to go ahead and quickly allow Jim just to dig out this one spot here and haul the component back, and that should allow us to create some additional turrets. And then the boss fight. Mimi, you finished an essay today. Congratulations. Hopefully there aren't too many more to write anytime soon, but I always hope that when my own students finish their essays, they also kick back and watch some Twitch. It's absolutely lovely. Also, at the beginning of the semester, or sorry, end of the semester last time, one of my students asked, "Hey, Resorty, what's your username on Twitch?" And I told him, and he stopped by once, because he said in class, "I'm going to come watch you every single day. I'm sure no matter what game you play, it's totally high energy and so cool and so fun." He came by exactly once and has not been back. I assume that's because he thought I played, like, I don't know, Fortnite or perhaps some kind of first-person shooter. I told him, like, no, I stare at maps and talk about my plans on the maps, and that's all. And I think he really did not believe that anyone could possibly stream games like this. But yeah, I'll be curious to see if he ever comes back, but I really, really, really doubt it. All right, Kelmar, go ahead. Nope, Fairnet's core's already on it. Good job, little buddy. High energy, yeah, nah. I mean, there are often very brief periods in which I'm high energy, but I can't maintain it over the course of a whole stream, and I have no idea how anyone does. I don't think this is generally true, but I know there have been some streamers in the past who have admitted to maintaining high energy by using drugs. Definitely not going to do that. But yeah, the people who stream for 8-10 hours and just like, yo, 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 look at me go. They must have some different brain part than me that is constantly firing adrenaline or something in, because if I were to do that, I'd just be absolutely exhausted every day. So, exactly right, Silly Pseudonym. Exactly right. It's like, oh boy, I found geothermal vents. Can you imagine? Look at these pixels. I love my pixels. One thing we do need to recall as we get the mech boss coming in this time is I need to bombard it with my mortars. We did not do that last time we fought a mech boss. and I was pretty bummed out about that. So I am going to go ahead and have the children refill the mortars. We gotta make sure they all are not firing. One is. We definitely want to stop that. Okay. And then we'll fire as much as possible and see. You're feeling a lot of people who hate it, are like complete opposite in real life, or taking a lot of drugs. Yeah. I mean, I think most Twitch streamers I've met, and I've met a few at various like community meetups and so on, most Twitch streamers, when they don't have the camera on, are really quiet and laid back. They don't draw a ton of attention to themselves. They're just ordinary people. But part of the streamer thing is putting out the best version of yourself, or the version that might be most fun for everybody. Like, I think there's a certain kind of deception that happens, but in the best possible way. Because like on days I'm kind of sad, I don't show up and say, "Hello, friends, it's a bad day." Of course not. Instead, I just show up and crack jokes, and I often feel a lot better for having done so. You all often brighten my life in a really big way, which is nice. But to do that day in, day out, highest energy, no possible way. However, yo, look at this big up for this big team right here. Can you believe it? We needed some steel, we got some steel. Whoa, Randy be praised. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even joke about that. I imagine everyone has unfollowed simultaneously. Hey, friend Jack, how's it going? Jack, thanks so much for your generosity in maintaining that tier 3 sub for 67 straight months. That's more than 5.5 years. Thank you so much indeed, Jack. Hope you're having a very, very good day, and appreciate you a whole bunch. Hey, is it Nighty? Is it Knight? How do you say your name? Thank you so much for the Prime sub. That's really, really kind to you, and I appreciate it. What I do not appreciate is that more slaves are coming by at the exact same time that we're wanting to fight the third boss. But we must always try to buy the slave children, so we will definitely do that. Hello to you, slave ship. Slivers, good seeing you. What did you show up to? A discussion about energy on stream. A discussion about how difficult it is to maintain high energy. Alright, thankfully and delightfully, there are no children for us to buy, so I don't feel obliged to do that. Now, with that said, there's an 86-year-old female here. I haven't seen a slave of this age ever before. I think I've seen some into their 50s, but Bowman the Pilot is 231 money to buy them. That's real cheap. They're Neanderthals, so kind of big dumb, so they have some caps on their abilities. Nonetheless, at that age, they've had a lot of time to develop a whole bunch of talents. And how unwell are they? I'm actually amazed. I'm frankly amazed, because I'm used to people being that old, having at least some medical problems at this point. Unfortunately, too darn old. Oh, she costs her 1K. Did I misread the line? Oh, so I did. All right. Thank you for that correction. You're absolutely right. No, she's a pricey person. So when I saw that she was 231, I was thinking that her medical condition would be so unbelievably bad that it would have negated the value of her skills. But no, I misread there, so never mind. Anything else I want to buy or sell or anything else while I'm here? Chocolate we have none of yet. We should probably start growing that eventually. They've got some... Wait, which side's which? Pardon me briefly. No, other way around. This is the things they have. We do have chocolate. I don't know where we got that from. No, they don't. This is our side. I haven't played this game in the past week, and I've forgotten how it's played entirely. Okay, they do have chocolate. I'd like to buy that, except I don't have that much money. Let's see if we have anything they want to buy that I want to sell. Certainly not, so say goodbye and thank you, and I'll hope to remember which side is which fairly soon. Alright, cool stuff. Turrets are mostly made. We need one more components. Fair enough, this core is knocking out right now. Actually, one on the floor already. So invite Kelmar to go ahead and make the final turrets. Missing one. So presumably that one's missing because someone else is already moving it. It was sitting underneath Francis' core before. And yeah, there it goes. Alright, 3 uranium turrets, all with pretty substantial health, all with a whole bunch of firing. I forgot to move Jim too. I appreciate that he's not lost his mind while standing and keeping an eye on this mortar. We'll have Kelmar go ahead and set this one up also. And we'll have 4 shots to go as the mech boss comes onto the field. Alright, so it is time. Is it time? So Gash the Scyther is kind of low on energy. We only have 1 medium charger right now. I talked about making another one here. Sorry, they're large chargers. Small or large, that's it. But I'm not going to delay it anymore. It's currently 4 p.m. I'd like to wait until morning. Yeah, we're going to wait for morning. Hey, it's a Zit event. How exciting. No real concerns. It's Zitted here, no fire. So we are going to go ahead and... yeah, in the morning I'll summon the 3rd mech boss. How are we currently managing waste? What waste? Why do you think there's waste in this base? Why are we not just sending it to our neighbors? This may be our dirty little secret up here. So this room is quite cold. It's negative 19 degrees, so it cannot infest, and the waste packs will never go bad. The primary reason that we are fighting the 3rd mech boss right now is so I can research the item that will finally allow me to undo my sins. Where is it? The Waste Pack Atomizer. There it is. Build Waste Pack Atomizer, which can safely dispose of toxic waste packs by decomposing at the molecular level. Molecular. So really excited for that, and it's been a long time coming. And once we've managed to get rid of all of these, I do kind of wonder what we'll do with this area. Now, I think someone told me a couple streams ago that the Waste Pack Atomizer is so slow. And so we actually may still be producing more waste than we can remove, so we'll need multiple of those. And that may be the trade-off. We'll fill this room with atomizers instead of with waste packs, but that comes soon enough. Okay. So Mac is now charged enough. Kalmar, go ahead and plug in the other one. They do burn through about 10 energy a day, I believe. So I'd like to be at least 20% before we begin today's fun. But it is 0 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, assuming nothing terrible happens, we will go to war. Let's go ahead and check Kalmar's chess piece. 80%. I was going to say Kalmar's a wimp, so we must be absolutely careful not to expose him to fire. This, though, is not quite true. Kalmar is a wimp with a pain stopper. We installed that last stream, or perhaps even the stream before. I can't remember now. So he does not take any pain at all, which guarantees that he is not going to fall over immediately. Hello, Noms.
Hello.
Are you just watching? Mm-hmm. Cool. We're about to fight the 3rd boss. I never fought 3rd boss before, and so
is Big Boy coming out?
Yeah, actually, thank you for reminding me. Big Boy is deep in the pits, and it'd be good for us to begin hauling him back to the main fighting area, because it takes him a very, very, very long time to go. It's an excellent idea. Thank you immensely for the suggestion.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So I believe that Big Boy has a little house here. Is that true?
Big Boy, little house.
Big Boy, little house, absolutely. So Big Boy is... You see him already? There he is. Thank you. He's at the very bottom of Group 1.
It's like when you're teaching class and all your students are like, right there, right there.
Yeah, it's often very difficult to see things when you're looking for everything at once. But he begins his slow and terrible march.
I don't know, it seems pretty fast.
If we go in game speed 1, slow and terrible march. But we have 3 hours until go time. Hey, Cortraption, thank you for the resub, my friend. 50 months. That's
a long time.
That's a long time. It's a really long time, and we sure do appreciate Cortraption. Yeah, I've been enjoying your Dwarf Fortress YouTube videos recently, and thank you for being a friend. And thank you for encouraging me in my own Dwarf Fortress playthroughs, confusing though they were. It's 4 1/6 years. That's right, Hi Hungry, I'm Dad. That's a whole bunch of years. Too many years. Too many years.
Are you not using that song anymore?
Which song
The
anymore?
Golden Girls song?
Oh, yeah. Once upon a time when people would resubscribe, there'd be a little dun 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 dun. Thank you for being a friend. The only problem is that's copyrighted. Copywritten.
What?
Yeah, exactly right. I don't want my channel to be deleted due to copyright. All right, an ad is just about to start, and so I'm going to do the responsible streamer thing. I'm going to push the ad button. We will not do the third boss until the ad is over.
All
so
right.
nothing exciting will happen next 1 minute and 30 seconds. We'll see you on the other side. Oop. Excellent. That should do it. I'm definitely, as many of you know, very, very bad at making sure I schedule my ads correctly, but trying to do better today. Because I was reading a thread over on the subreddit that said the worst thing in the world when watching a stream is when an ad happens, you don't expect it. And some people are saying, I immediately unfollow the stream and never go back. Ugh. So I'm trying to do a better job on scheduling these things correctly. So we'll see. Now I've got to vamp about nothing for 1 minute and 30 seconds. So
I had a nice meeting.
you had a nice meeting. I'm glad to hear that. Was the man with whom you were meeting excited to speak with you?
I think so.
That's nice.
And then at the end I said, I'll let you get on. I was talking to somebody in the States, so I said,
Yeah.
I'll let you get on with your Friday night. And he said, I've got nothing going on.
poor buddy.
No, I was like, should I feel bad?
I mean, you can invite him to go watch twitch.tv/Resorty. That's the thing to do on Friday evenings. Hey, Pepper Mga, thank you for the 5 gift subs on this lovely Rimworld Friday. 5 viewers enjoy your freedom from the hell that is ads. Dark Druid and Mick and Moop and Miss D and BVS do enjoy it. Thank you, Pepper, immensely.
Does their ad immediately stop?
I actually don't know. I actually do not know what happens if you're watching an ad and then suddenly you get a gift sub.
Yeah.
I suspect you finish that ad break, but I don't know. 20 seconds ago. 20 seconds ago.
What's that burning thing?
What's the burning
What's
thing?
that
This right
thing?
here?
Yeah.
I know. Isn't it the most exciting thing?
It's super exciting.
It is the
It
most
looks
exciting.
like a giant coffee maker.
Giant coffee maker. It's actually a geothermal generator.
Oh, I see. That's hot air coming from
Exactly
the ground.
right. We can see one down here that's not yet built. And so there are these vents throughout the world. Little vents here that are spewing out all kinds of good stuff. And eventually we cap those and take the heat for them. That's
Wait,
our...
can you click away from that?
Click away from there. Sure. Or do you want to actually see it? There you go.
It said fert. I thought it said fart.
It said fert? What said fert?
I don't know. Yeah, over here it says fert. Maybe it's fertilizer.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
some
when you...
patch of grass.
Yeah, fertile soils. Or the fert
okay.
there is fertility. If you bring up this little screen here, you can see different levels of fertility throughout the world. This is normal fertility. This is low fertility. This is super high fertility.
Woo!
And luckily, we have some super high fertility inside of our base area.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, it is now afternoon. Now, I said I would go ahead and summon the third boss in the morning, but I got chit-chatting instead. The ad is over. Welcome back. And so we will do this now. Summon the third mech boss. Summoning the Apricot threat. How would you say this word?
Huh?
Apricot, the third word in the first line.
Yeah.
Apricot threat. Apocryton. How do other streamers say it? How do you say it when you say this word aloud? When you're playing,
Please say it out loud to yourself right now.
when you're playing your own games of Rimworld and commenting them to the wall like I do. How do you say it? Anyway, there'll be an Apricot with heavy shield unit 1. There'll be 6 Militaurs, 5 Scythers, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. The Scythers are the biggest concern immediately. Though, again, I don't know what the mech boss does, so we'll see. Hey, Mr. Bleeze, it's great seeing you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Psyker, you just say apricot? Apricot? Apricot, thank you. Apricot. I like that. All right. If this...
Okay, I'm gonna go play my...
Goodbye. If this is the end of the playthrough, it's been a good one.
Good luck!
We do have some allies. And so, if things get really dire... Or perhaps even if they don't, we'll call for the tribe and the empire to save us. But here it comes. Wee-oo, beep boop, beep boop. As I'm doing that, I need to recall my non-combat mechs inside. Definitely. And then I want to go ahead and move Big Boy over to the fighting group. We don't need Space Heater this time. Because mechs don't catch on fire. I might use Space Heaters a blocker at some point, but we'll see. The children are... Ah! The children are outside. Glad I noticed that. Would hate to see Jim die again. And then Rog here gets locked inside also. Cool. Okay. Attracted by my mech band signals, an ultra-heavy mech from the Umthla mech hive arrives soon. Be ye prepared. And here it comes in the next hours or days. I think last time we summoned a mech boss, it came very, very quickly. No great hopes this time. One thing we could do while waiting is just throw out some more traps. There's quite a few on this side. I haven't used any metal traps at all, except right by the base entrance, and then also throughout the middle of the base. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Psychically present Mechanoid Commander who can resurrect. Oh boy. Who can resurrect recently killed mechs and jump long distances. It carries a long-range toxic needle gun. Huh. Okay, so psychically present, I think, is a different phrase than what we've heard of other mechs previously, right? I think previously there were comments about the mechs we build, at least, having a faint signature of psychic presence, which is why you need to put a human brain into them, or a human copy of a brain. And then, yeah, resurrection. Huh. I doubt it's going to resurrect my killed mechs, so we'll see how that goes. Jumping long distances feels really, really bad, because I had a whole bunch of words of, a whole bunch of words about keeping them at distance and ensuring they don't get in too close. I don't exactly know how enemies jumping works. I've seen it with like jump pack meleeers, but never this. Never a boss. Crazy. Hey, Slivers, thanks for the bits. Yeah, good luck with that. Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence, we'll call it. Long-range toxic needle gun, actually, I'm super curious about. Because I don't think I've really seen toxicity in a gun before. I've seen toxic grenades, but that's absolutely it. Alright, so I suspect that toxicity does not affect mechs at all. We'll just need to be absolutely sure that Kelmar does not get shot. How well armed are we? Kelmar has a Masterwork sniper rifle. One of the children has an assault rifle. I think it's Rog. No, Rog is non-combat, and Jim's a slave. And if we give Jim a weapon, he'll try to revolt. So I think our only actual gun is on Kelmar. And then we have a decent number of combat mechs of various levels. We don't have any centipedes. So we'll see. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at a book, A Reading Rainbow. All right, one lucky bit I'm going to say is it is coming in the direction we've fought more often. That said, this direction is much less killboxy than this direction. Like, this has a pseudo killbox. I was kind of hoping it would come this way, but it hasn't done so. Okay. Are there pikemen? No, it was only scythers and militors. Okay, it's only scythers and militors. So normally I would say without pikemen or lancers, it won't be able to outrange turrets, so we can deploy our turrets to this wall and feel good about that. The only issue with that, though, is the enemy has a long-range tox gun, and so it's possible the boss will stay at maximum distance and fire in. Now, I assume that toxicity doesn't damage turrets, but at the same time, I kind of worry / expect that the tox gun has like some flat damage also. So that might be interesting. This is making me think I should put our various turrets back a little bit, give up ground here, and fight around the corner. Is it toxicity, poison, or acid? I don't know. So the new mechanic that was added in Biotech was toxicity, and I don't think there's acid in this game, but I really don't know for sure. It's possible that the third boss has a totally new mechanic I've not seen anywhere else yet. Hey, Hawkeye, thanks for the Prime sub. Super appreciated. Hope you're having a really, really nice day, and hopefully we don't die. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and dump turrets in various hidey holes around this area, just to see if we can bring the mech boss into range. Now again, we haven't actually seen the mech boss, so I might be totally wrong on how this works. And there's another turret I've lost. It's right here. Okay. I'm going to reinstall this one. This doesn't provide cover at all, so I haven't really planned well for fighting this area, but, you know, we'll see what happens. It'll be fine. Put one right here. I think the hope in it being here is that an enemy will run at it and potentially catch themselves on the major turret on the way. Giving up this fighting area does not feel great, but yeah, we'll see. And then these two over here, I actually don't mind where they are. Except what? They don't have power there, so where's the nearest power to them? Yeah, not super nearby, and we don't have that much steel right now, do we? I have 27, that's actually enough to do what I need to do. Okay. So, let's think about range, because I'm considering having my fighting force here with the animals, and then moving Scythers forward to fight against the boss. Because if the boss resurrects, I'm feeling that this needs to be one of those World of Warcraft fights where you kill the healer first. But there are more than 10 minions. So were this World of Warcraft, I would have 2 tanks attempting to engage all the minions and using like shield wall and demoralizing shout to attempt to keep them close by, while the rest of the raid attacks the boss. But am I able to have my Scythers and my Miner bot hold on to that many Scythers and melee at once? Scythers and Mildred at once? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for sure, for sure. The only problem here with this building is that if this one explodes, this one loses power. So I want to separately run to each of them. That will connect. Have I checked out a new game called Dwarf Fortress? I believe we played about 3 weeks of it so far on stream. Really enjoyed it. There are VODs up if you want to see it. And we'll probably play it again in a couple months. But yeah, DF is really cool. Hello, Fernanthus. You like my jacket? Thank you. This is my my Christmas present robe, actually. I decided on Saturday streams I will be a little more laid back and not wear the jacket at all. Okay, so we need to redeploy this and this. Gym 2, do you construct? You do. So one really nice thing here is because this gun is not deployed, Jim can move it very, very quickly. And heck, he's already right there. So you move that, thank you. Now, Rog can construct also. So Rog is going to go ahead and move the gun from here down to here. Cool. And then comes Kalmar. So simultaneously, I would like to have Kalmar begin shooting mortar. And I'd like to have him make these lines also. Part of me thinks I should just move the construction bots outside to do that, because there are other things to do for Kalmar. So I'm going to go ahead and forbid each of these. And I don't think there's any other construction jobs right now. So that may be false. So I'm going to go ahead and have my construction bots go ahead and run free. We just need to keep an eye on them and make sure they go immediately to constructing those power lines. And then Kelmar, let's start with this gun. I think that's everything for right now. We'll be moving these and these to join Kelmar in a moment, but not yet. Okay. Hello, little friends. Oh, cool. What a cool looking character that is. Again, it's 5 Scythers, 6 Militaurs. If we could pick off the Scythers before they get into melee range, it'd be amazing. I've got some doubts, though. And then this dude. Mech Stun Pulse on Death. How kind is that to see? Now, I suspect that Mech Stun Pulse on Death can go two directions. Direction number one, it stuns its own mechs. Direction number two, it stuns our mech. I do not know how long it will stun. We'll need to keep that in mind. Toxic Needle Gun attached. It's 1,500 years old. Oh! This is super, super interesting. Mech Resurrection charge left 30. So it cannot resurrect forever. This kind of undermines my earlier thinking. So my real thought was that it would resurrect forever and always, and so we'd have to kill it first to ensure it didn't keep resurrecting forever. Now, if it has a limited number, in the same way the second boss only makes so many babies, we could potentially ignore it and just pick off its kids over and over again. Now, I do wonder if the mechs resurrect at full health, or if it's a case where, like, if they've lost their blades, they're resurrected without blades. So is the resurrection in full heal, or is it just pure resurrection? I don't have anywhere to funnel the enemy. Yeah, intentionally. This playthrough, we're not doing like a pure kill box or trap funnel. But yeah, 30 is quite a number. 30 is quite a number. But again, it does complexify things a little bit more than the obvious, just go ahead and kill the boss. What is this weapon Dude Man has? Whoops. So heavy shield unit, we've seen one of these so far. Though it has a HP there of 100 out of 100, I actually do not know how one determines when it's going to fall, other than just by watching closely and hoping that it, goes down eventually. Like there's no clear bar of HP on it. And it does say it only blocks shots, not melee. Good to know. Toxic Needle Gun, a mechanoid-built gun that fires toxin-infused needles. It can fire long distance and will poison the target. Here we go. In addition to doing physical damage. So I was thinking initially it could just be pure toxicity, but no, it will also destroy my turrets, so I'm very glad that we put the turrets out of line of sight immediately. And then. Okay, so its accuracy gets better the farther away it is. That is, I mean, obvious in some measure, not terribly surprised there. The only thought I have is if we can get folks super close in, it should be fine. We just need to keep camera line of sight on that one. Immediately, I wonder also, how fast can it resurrect? Like, will there be a cooldown on resurrection? Or will it resurrect everything constantly? Or if I kill like 12 of them all at once, is it possible that the mech will then bring back all 12 right away? Can't wait to find out. Anything else stand out here as being important to notice? I mean, obviously, as usual, it's melee DPS is not crazy high. But its melee armor penetration is not super good either. So mechs who have higher armor is going to be pretty well, probably. I think I have a bunch of questions, but really no clear sense right now, so we just need to start mortaring it and see what happens. Oh, you know what might be cool? If we can kill Militors, which are the lowest HP folks out here, it'll have to burn Resurrection charges on bringing its Militors back. I also do wonder, will it attack immediately as soon as it takes any damage? Because occasionally sieges, which I think are similar to these, will take some damage but not yet charge in. So I can get more than one mortar fire off, will be very, very, very pleased. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We want to unpause briefly and see what the construction bots are trying to do. Now, I can't see their job immediately. One's charging up. That's no good. Jimmy here is... they're finishing this job first. Oh boy, this is not a good use of our time. So I actually need to remove these jobs just to make them go do other things. Wait, what are you actually smoothing? This is smoothing the floor. There it is. Okay, so I want to cancel that smoothing job. And then see where they're heading after that. Flooring, no smoothing. Thank you. We just cancel. Cool. And so they're scooting off to power conduit and power conduit. Everything is going correctly right now. Why are you getting the steel from there? You can reset work with work priority. I don't think you can with mechs. Now, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know any way to force mech jobs. Oh, actually, one thing is to draft them and undraft them. That's what I do with colonists usually. But I don't know how to change mech work priority. But Home Pigeon, good to see you. Yeah, draft and undraft is the normal thing to do there instead of removing that job, but it works just fine. So what we're seeing here is that this fellow is going to grab this stack, and this fellow is trying to grab the stack that's way, way outside. I don't think we need both of the stacks. So I'm actually going to draft this one, or better yet, I'm going to lock this one back inside. And then after this one has brought the, what's it called? After this one brings the steel outside, I'll then have my other characters move to help with the building. That should be good. It's worth considering the enemy may not linger as long as expected, so I'm actually not going to have Kalmar fire until we've started building this. Jim has deployed one turret. Jim is going to get more steel. I'm going to put Jim inside, and then once things are largely under control out here... No. I'm going to have Jim shoot one mortar shot, just in case they do respond to the very first mortar shot. We'll then have at least two launched. But I don't want Jim fighting right away because dead children aren't much fun. But in case things get desperate, Jim can then call for allies. And Jim can also grab an assault rifle. Where's the child's assault rifle? There it is. We have a masterwork assault rifle and a legendary quality heavy SMG. As the children are very bad at fighting, the SMG is better, almost certainly. Alright, so both turrets have now been deployed. Rog, I'm going to send you inside also. Cool. They're still hanging out. Cool. Little construction bot is coming very slowly, so that may not work out. I mean, it'll be fine. Just need to wait. Kalmar's in a really good mood right now. Does have food in his pocket. Does not have food in his pocket. All right, glad I thought of that. So I'm going to have one of the kiddos, namely Rog, go ahead and haul some food back to here, which is the safe location. I wish I had a door here. I removed it earlier to have a place for a turret to sit in last raid. I should have fixed that. Because I'd love to be able to safely move Kalmar into this room to eat. Just was a little happier with that. But for the moment, I'm actually going to forbid this door so that doesn't accidentally happen. We'll forbid this one also. And then set up a stockpile zone out here, which is just for lovely, lovely, lovely food. And, but I mean, the best meals we have, we'll go check and see which are in a moment. So this is critically important, it goes there. And the best food we have right now are some lavish meals. Cool. So Rog, go free for a sec. And please haul... You know, unpause first. Maybe not, maybe not. Are the shelves marked as critical? They're not. Okay. It's possible this hasn't updated yet. There we go. So lavish meals go on out. Construction bot has gotten the steel. Oh, construction bot's only carrying 11 steel. Is that enough for this? How many spots are there? 13. So we need 2 more. Okay. Releasing the other construction bot now? It's smoothing. Hey, Fishy Burn, how you doing? Sorry if I missed your message a minute ago. Hope you're having a good one, though. Links Laura, hello also. We potentially don't need that one. I think it stretches that far. Rog has almost dropped all the food. Once the food's here, we'll send Rog back inside safely. Having a chat, or having an eat rather. So then you'll go ahead and go back indoors. Oh, you can't finish your meal first. Sorry, you'll find food inside. And Kelmar's mood is getting a little tired. Yeah, this is why I wanted to go out morning, so we had more time before sleep got too bad. Oh, what's this? Apricot hatred distant. I feel it out there somewhere. It's always thinking about why these people deserve death. Always following the logic of murder. Hard to ignore. So the one thing about Apricot I knew coming to this fight is that it used mental power somehow. When the battle began, I thought it was using mental power exclusively to resurrect its creatures, but no, it also causes a negative mood malice. Now, luckily, I have enough positivity that it shouldn't be terrible right away, but I'm guessing it gets much, much worse the closer we get. Now, luckily, because Kelmar has a sniper rifle, he can stand very, very far back and fight. And luckily, the mechs, our main fighting force, will not care about the mood bonus or mood detriment. So that's something. The building begins. I'm gonna say we don't need that one, and then invite Kelmar to just make this one very quickly. Oh, he's actually already on. They're actually both already on. Wait, why? What are you plugged into? It reaches that far? No, really? I didn't realize the extension cord on turrets was so far. Cool. Well, bonus power, bonus good. So we'll go ahead and reman here. I do kind of want to quickly steal some sleep, but let's just go ahead and start the fight. I have an ad coming in 3 minutes. Sorry, I spent the past half hour just talking about this thing. So, we're going to go ahead and turn off hold fire. And ideally, I want to kill Militors. So most of them are on this side right now. I'm just going to aim here and see what happens. And then Jim 2, you also are going to fire roughly there. You're very bad at shooting though, so I wish you the best of luck. Here come some shells. There's number 1. There's number 2. They're online so far. One Militor down and it did not immediately snap into fighting. So we're going to learn how the resurrection mechanic works now. Second shot missed, unfortunately. I'm going to move Kelmar over to this gun instead. It's already preloaded. Jim is trying to reload, and I do appreciate that, man. But I'm going to have you actually reload. You know what? You can go ahead and do so. We want to hold fire again, though, so Jim doesn't waste his shot. Doesn't throw away his shot. We're going to fire again towards the middle. Okay, so the Militor lost both of its legs, which means it's immobile. I'm almost certain that the the Apricot will resurrect this one at full health. But let's watch and see. So first things first, there's a red marker around whomever is being resurrected. Second thing second, it's not an instant cast. It does charge up. Third thing third, it goes like boop, and then... Okay, so missing body parts are brought back to full. Broken body parts are not. Huh. Now, I don't know if I can actually use that at all, but if I could plan for this, if I could say, wound the character's body but do not break it, that'd be a really cool strategy. I don't think it's possible, though. Hey, Bundy, am I playing with any DLC or mods? All the DLC, almost no mods at all. Yeah, I think only mods was prepare carefully to choose my character to start a playthrough. But yeah, no mods, all DLC. And they actually are scooting now, so we consumed 1 resurrect charge. Jim, 25 seconds to reload. Kalmar can go ahead and shoot once more. I'm actually have Kalmar shoot here, and then shift over to just fighting with the mechs as helpers. Now, if Jim 2 gets his recharge, we're then going to send him inside. How does prepare carefully work? You're tired of re-rolling. So prepare carefully. I'm actually going to run the ad now. It starts in 1 minute. So wait, if I run the ad now, you can't read my answer or hear my answer. The way prepare carefully works is it allows you to make any character you want to in any way you want to. If you'd like to give the character absolutely nothing in terms of stats, you can do that. If you want the character to be very, very obese, you can do that. If you want the character to be a psychopath, you can do that. You can make the character the best ever or the worst ever. My current YouTube playthrough started with a character with genuinely 0 in every single skill. And this is silly and ridiculous and so much fun. When I do like my Cannibal Santa playthrough, I start the character as being cannibalistic psychopath, for instance. It's really, really fun. Now, with that said, the main branch of Prepare Carefully has not been updated for 1.4, but there is a side branch that has been updated, and it's working very, very well. I may have aimed a little bit too far behind on that one. We're probably going to miss entirely. So Kalmar moved to this one now. Hold fire here. There's an ad coming in a moment here. We won't be actually fighting. We'll be doing a lot of planning and talking still. Laboratory Load, thank you for the follow. Very strange name, but I appreciate it anyway. We're going to go ahead and move our combat mechs into escort mode. As usual, I'm considering bringing all of my non-combat mechs out as blockers. I'm going to do something with them in just a second. Actually, what I'm going to do with them is move absolutely all of them into Big Boy's house, which is by the front door. Except for Dr. Game Urchin, our healer bot, who I'm going to move into the escort group. I just remembered the boss can jump. And I don't know how to feel about that. So I realized I was thinking about having my one Mechanator stand at great distance and fire in safely. But if he can jump, will he jump from like safe fighting area against my dude and ruin his mind? And what on earth do I do then? So Kalmar can fight from here and then dive into the animal area and try to kite in circles. I think this is one of those things that I couldn't have planned well for because I didn't know was the case until when we summoned him. So we're just going to work with what we got, but I now have an idea of how we should fight this thing in the future. But Kalmar's moving up to this one. Gym 2 is 12 seconds to go. Good stuff, good stuff. There's a shell that did indeed miss. So it's actually offline from where it was targeted. Kind of how it goes. Okay, we want to go ahead and move this one to hold fire also. This one I'll aim in a second. He's already choosing his own target. Never quite feel good about that. So when I hit the Militors, they're mostly back here. We're going to aim, we'll say there or so. And then that is that. Oh, my construction bots are running free still. I worry one may have gotten outside. I unforbade them earlier. Okay, they're actually back inside again to come help us fight. I'm going to move them into dormant self-charge. Yeah. Can you feed animals in your pen by growing hay there? Yeah, you can grow actually anything and they'll happily eat. I usually use flowers because they grow more quickly. And with a group this size, they're fine. We have flowers inside and out, and then we also do bring some kibble for them. But yeah, animals will eat absolutely anything that is plant. So that's what they're right now. It also looks nicer than hay. With hay, I always imagine it covering over the animals and them not being able to see their friends. All right, Kelmar Goes boom, boom, boom. I'm going to have Jim go safely inside now. Good. Make sure Rog's in there also. She is good. Kelmar shifts to this one. Nearest mech is still here, I believe. Shell away. And I knew I aimed closer than that. That's a little unfortunate. A little unfortunate, old buddy. It's about to fire now. I'm going to lead substantially this time and see if we overshoot again. So far, one good hit. And then once this is away, we get in a position to fight. All right. Final shot away. I'll look at that in a second. Again, mark you to hold fire. There's some possibility that we'll want to reload the mortars and use them during combat, but it's very, very low chance. Also, did I research mines and then not use them? I mean, almost certainly so. Where are the mines again? What are they called? Like EMP. I can't remember what it is, but I'm fairly sure we did analyze them. IEDs, thank you. Improvised explosive devices. We did research them. I absolutely should have made a line of EMP traps just to spread out the enemies more. Totally forgot they were in the game until this moment, though. So, why do my best ideas for this game only come up once I'm actually fighting and cannot do this thing? Okay, I could send my crafter bot to go make some of these quickly. We also don't have an EMP launcher, which I talked about a long time ago. Nor do I have EMP grenades. This is fine. This is all fine. All right, Kelmar and the boys go to here, then we'll redeploy. And as of right now, all of my non-combat mechs have gone to sleep. I'm going to move them back into work mode so they go to the correct zone first, and they'll put it back to sleep in a moment. All right, the final shell. Hey! So another Militor down. Is it a different one last time? I'm not sure. Might be the same one. But we've then consumed 2 charges. And that's all the shooting, unfortunately. Why are you stuck outside? In here, buddy. It's not its zone. It is escorting. The door is not locked. I don't know why you're stuck inside. That's very strange. We'll just move it out manually then. Okay, so really nice to see the Scythers are coming in first. We can just focus fire on each of them. One slightly stupid choice I made, given everything else I want to do, is I allowed these turrets to fire into where my folks are going to be standing. Just barely on this one, but it's fine. What's done is done. Okay, so friend Scythers, you're going to stand at the corner here for right now. I'll put you there. Game Merchant go in the corner with Kelmar. Lancers, you're going to stand just behind the Scythers. Pikeman, my one and only Pikeman. I'm considering dumping here. The only concern with that is that he'll draw fire from the Apricoton, which actually may not be the worst thing in the world. Because that'll keep the Apricoton busy and out of range while we deal with the smaller mechs. Now, I do wonder what the range on Apricoton's res is. I'm going to do this. I wish I had more cover, but we're going to hold the door open as he goes through and let him stand on one of the sides, whatever's more effective for right now. Okay, big boy, oh big boy, you go stand in the corner. Militors, group up, please. Go over there. Here they come. Alright, so the turrets begin to fire. Hopefully this one explodes and kills at least one. Hey, Architect, good seeing you. How's it going? Alright, so Scyther friends. Where's the third? Oh, there, okay. You're going to go ahead and stand forward. Big Boy also stands forward. Militors get in range for firing on that one. Micro is the way to go. And Space Heater, you're going to go stand back here instead. I do not want you to light Kalmar on fire accidentally. Tons of firing. It's still up somehow. Holy cow. This is the beefiest Scyther of all times. Okay. So a fun flood has just occurred. Luckily the boss is very, very slow. And the one that's somewhat wounded is also very slow. Now we haven't seen it jump yet. And I don't know how that mechanic works. And we'll see soon. So Reapers, go finish this one off before this goes too much longer. Holy cow, that Scyther managed to kill a whole turret before succumbing to our blasting. That's actually not ideal. That's actually kind of surprising how bad that was. So we still have 2 turrets, thank goodness, but you know. Alright, time for focus firing. On Militors? No, on the Scythers for sure. This one is wounded already. And the Militors are going to scoot out and see what they can do. So too with the Scythers and Big Boy as well. No jump yet. Okay, Militors do best at closest range. Please blow up. Yes! Yes! Finally, the dice roll goes with us. Ha! Ha! So all of those are going to turn towards us. They're all in really bad shape right now. And as of right now, they have body parts that are damaged but not destroyed. So those will not come back at all. One turret remains. The turret lost power. We can go ahead and do the reconnect button. It'll plug in there and get its power back. Okay. So I want the Militors to pull back after the next volley. One of my little buddies here went down quite suddenly. Ah, very good. I'm proud of you, Lancers. I'm proud of you for killing your friends. Bad job, bad job. I'm going to have Kalmar pivot out now to start firing on the Scythers. I should have already done that, but wasn't really thinking. Militors, I'd like you to disengage now. Boss is in. So we haven't dropped them nearly as fast as we wanted to. I am really curious in the order of priority for what Apricot does. Will he always resurrect first? If so, we need to give him a resurrection target consistently and focus fire as hard as we can on everything. Also, is he going to jump on Kalmar? In fear that he is, I'm going to move Kalmar back to here first. The only problem with disengaging Kalmar is eventually it will be such that the mechs can't move to meet the enemy. So we want to pull back so we no longer have anyone in line of sight to this dude. Though again, I think he may be going for resurrection first. Alright, so all y'all scoot back. Okay. It's an AoE resurrection. And I think it resurrects all mechs. Is Doomguy coming back online? Okay. I don't want to unpause the game because I suddenly had a horrible vision of the future. Is Doomguy going to join the opposition when he's resurrected? No, it can't be. If he changes sides... Alright, we're unpausing and see what happens. We're not firing, we gotta be firing. Yeah, I have it locked in when I can't reach anymore. So you there. Okay, though it appears to be an AoE resurrection, it actually seems not to affect my mechs. I am so glad for that compared to the hell that would be the hell that would be it bringing back my mechs on the other side. How are you still up? Okay. You are now aiming this direction. I think it's trying to res this one now. It's down to 25 charges. Is Kalmar getting more hatred? Nope, still -4. Game Urchin, go up here as well. We're a little bit too far away here. You saw that one of these just shot Bucky, unfortunately. Cool, another one down. So I'm guessing as long as there's always one active resurrection target, the mech dude will always resurrect first. And again, it's an AoE res, so I think both of these are coming back up very, very soon. Now, you three are aiming at this one. That's probably excessive. So I'm going to invite one of you to change that one instead. Militors, I'd like you to focus on that one as it comes into range. Yeah, they do all come up. Now, does that consume... I don't remember how many resurrection charges there were before that one fired. It resurrected 2 of them. What I don't know is, does the resurrection charge resurrect or go down by 1 based on casts or targets? Was that 25, you think? Oh! So does it resurrect... Does the resurrect go down by the same amount of bandwidth that a character uses? Because Scythers are 3 bandwidth, I believe. That'd be so cool if so. Another one down. More targets, more good. For a brief moment, it is happening. So Apricotana is trying to fire on my pikemen. I'm going to break line of sight on that if possible. Another one down. No concerns. Okay. This is the part where I would like to have my meleeers begin doing some work. Part of me wants to put them on their meleeers, just slow them down. I don't think that's necessary. So I'm going to have my 3 meleeers just attack the boss. At the very, very edge of things. I'm going to have you 3 still stay in position. I feel like the fight's under control. However, I'm thinking I should maybe summon some allies. Just to guarantee we know what we're doing. Now, Kalmar unfortunately does not have the heal at distance thing. It'd be so cool if I could have Kalmar begin healing up these weaker bots. Yeah, but so far no luck. I want to make sure that Big Boy does not go in too far. Because, yeah, these enemy Militors are respawning. And that means we just need to make sure they don't overrun my Lancers. Okay, under the rubric of better safe than sorry, I'm going to have a child go call the Empire to save us. Not save us. To ensure that we're able to win this fight, which I think is going pretty well. Okay, Bucky's down. Fine. This is an enemy mech. Okay, battle has begun. Now, like I said, the shield does not block Apricotana's damage from meleeers. However, the Militors are a bit of an issue. And this one's also an issue. So the Reaper's going to go down very quickly. I may lose all 3 of my Scythers. I possibly made a fairly bad decision by moving them in before the Militors were down. I'm going to sacrifice Reaper to get Big Boy in order to ensure that these 2 can continue damaging the boss. So Reaper, drop back. You 3 start taking out Militors. Militors fight that one and then scoot out. Cool. As of right now, there are 18 charges. So it went from, what, 21 to 18? There are 3... 1, 2, 3. The third one's mine, though. From 21 to 18 doesn't divide evenly by 2. So I actually don't know what's happening here. Unless my mechs also consume a resurrection charge but don't get resurrected. Yeah, no clue, no clue. In order to give you all your absolute champions, I'm going to have the non-combat mechs come help also. Rise and shine, friends, rise and shine. Big boy knocked that one out. Now this one. So if Scythers cost 3, it's at negative. It's at 12 now. So from 18 to 12, so that was the 6. So they spend at the end of the cast, not at the beginning of the cast. Lessons learned. Hey, Volo. Happy Rimworld Day. That's amazing. That's really, really good. So part of me wants to be a big, big dumb right now and run Kelmar out to bring these back on. They're not in that bad of shape. I could invite a hauler bot to bring these to Kelmar. As of right now, I'm not certain if it's preferable to Kelmar to stay at distance and keep firing, just to do a little bit more damage, or to bring some bots back online. Now, if I run out of blocker bots, I'll wish I turned them back on. But for right now, we're going to stay at distance, keep firing. Reaper's still up somehow. You all, scoot, scoot, scoot. Here. Oh, no, I'm not intending to have Kelmar go in like this. I'm intending to have hauler bots grab the bodies and bring them back. I guess we can do that either way. Like, that seems like a good idea regardless. Just to ensure that... Yeah, just to ensure that they're back in case I need more bodies. So Big Boy is tanking. I remember the first time I realized the miner bot could fight like that. It was the best feeling ever. Hello! Hello! A message comes through. Theodore Kosma of the Empire says, who dat? And Child Rog says, we'd like some friendship points. So here comes the Empire. And yeah, it's one of the cases where, like, I sure do enjoy the idea of fighting a fight entirely without allies, but here come some buddies. We'll check and see what they're doing in a second. Game Merchant, thank you for the resubscription. 33 months. You'll not have another bit of symmetry like that until 44 months. Reaper went down. Totally expected. Totally fine. The boss has lost about 10% of health so far. Only has 8 charges remaining. And... possibly just finished a cast, I'm not sure. The Minotaurs aren't doing that much from their current position, but Big Boy's shield is still at full, so not terribly concerned. Part of me, though, is thinking we want to go ahead and move our non-combat box to lock the Minotaurs into melee, but I'm going to say we're okay for right now. This bot here can be healed up incredibly quickly. And I believe it can be hauled by a hauler bot while it's on the ground like that. If not, Dr. Game Merchant can go rescue it, right? No, maybe not. Maybe Dr. Game Merchant can only rescue friendly friends. So we're going to set up a quick little zone right inside of here. It's going to be a mech drop pile. I'm actually not sure if I can move these while they're downed as opposed to dead. Let's figure out real quick. So, move friendly mech stuff. Yeah, it might be only corpses you can move. But we do have some of those. So move mech corpses, only friendly ones for right now. Which means I want the hauling bots to go back to being friendly workers. Because I only have the 2 groups right now. I haven't unlocked a 3rd group. We'll need to move all of the non-hauling bots into group 2. And we'll see if the Falling bots get killed while doing their fine work. I hope I can have my Fairnethus core, my crafting bot, go do some fighting very soon. Alright. We have 4 lifters. Cool. And all 4 of them need to be put on unrestricted. Cool. Hopefully they grab these right away. I think they will. Minotaur went down. Great. Still 8 charges. Great. Less great is that we're going to have Scyther on Scyther action. That never works terribly well for us. Pikemen can still see folks, it looks like. I'd like the pikemen to destroy the Scythers especially. I'm going to have the pikemen just shift out so it has somewhat better line of sight as these move around the corner. I'm also going to move the Lancers to here. Okay, another Minotaur went down, and the Minotaur is currently engaged in firing on my Lancers. Can't have that. Also, where y'all going? Alright, so one military bot has been pulled back. That's good. You other ones are going to stand here and help Kalmar. Or, better yet, just go punch. Go stand next to these enemies. Right at the very edge of range, which you gotta love. So I'm going to sacrifice my lifter bots now for the sake of keeping my Minotaurs in good shape. You all fire here still. Big Boy's going to go down fairly soon, and when it does, it'll be very, very sad. But another Scyther down, great. Minotaur bots shift in behind Big Boy. And fire, fire, fire. Awesome to see that one of these, I don't know which one, turned and fired on Minotaur, no problems. Next up, fire on Scythers. All you all. Okay. And now there's a bot there to recharge. So I'm going to have Kalmar disengage and repair the broken one. Oh, it's dead. You can't report dead things. Dead things can be gestated back into goodness. So it's just this one. This is dumb of me, but here I go. Oh, also, the Empire's coming, aren't they? Who'd they send us? Oh, boy. This is why you love the Empire. They're sending some absolutely ridiculous weapons along with their fighters. How good are you, Chatterley's? Chatterley's here with a charge lance, 10 in shooting, amazing. Augustina, 12 on the monosword. Frios, 10 on the big hammer. Yeah, this team knows what it's doing. Hopefully we can win before the heroes arrive, but we shall see. Only up enemy mechs right now are these 2 Scythers, and then this one Minotaur. Sluggo returns to combat. Are we now close enough that we're taking additional hatred points? Yeah, -10. I hear its hatred echoing between my thoughts. Reasons, always reasons why friends should die. Can you imagine if you had a character who had a fairly low break risk, or fairly high break risk, due to being neurotic perhaps, and like your beautiful fighters begin to lose their minds mid-combat? Especially meleeers. Oh, it'd be terrible. Absolutely terrible. Alright, so it's time for us to try to drop the shield. Unfortunately, only Gash is still up, so fairly soon here we're going to have a loose boss who has 0 charges left. Good. That's fantastic. So yeah, we just have the boss left after 1 or 2 more kills, but all of you fire here. Gash is still meleeing. This one is available for fighting. Because Kalmar moved forward, you 2 can go punch this one. And I'm going to go ahead and invite my construction bots to punch. Yeah, it seems not to jump around. I'm guessing as long as it's locked in melee, it can't jump around. Which means in a moment here, Gash is going to go down and it's going to start jumping around wildly. So, we'll see how this goes. Y'all go punch that. Little cleaning bots, go punch this one. Alright, another one down, good. Militors shift this way. Also, Slow can join us now. We'll move Kelmar back to... Oh, I don't know. Kelmar moved back to here, I guess. I'm not quite sure how range of fire will go. Ad coming in a moment, I apologize. I promise nothing exciting will happen other than us winning this fight. Sluggo's doing nothing. Did Sluggo lose its gun? No, it has gun. It's just hanging out. Okay, so they're all down. All ads down. It's just the boss now. So any possible meleeer, go fight. Militors stand at range. Fire, fire, fire. Big boy smash. Are we gonna win? I think we're gonna win. And perhaps even before the Empire gets here. Its shield's down. It's at half health. Unfortunately, Big Boy can't get into range. I can't have that. So Consuela bot, you're gonna drop back. Gash, no! Big Boy get punching. Where are you, boss? Where's Big Boy? Empire arrived. What did we learn from this fight? That's a gigantic stun. I expect to be right in this area right here, but no, it's literally everybody. Is it the entire map, possibly? Also, how long is the stun? Can we see? 15 seconds! Oh, buddy, 15 seconds is crazy! There we go, though. Boss 3 is down. I promised it happened. And it did. I think what we learned there was... ideally, we want to burn our way through all resurrection charges first. I'm lucky I finished off everything else before the boss asks you how you know. Does the AoE stun not affect the mechs that are friendly to the boss? Like, and so all of your mechs turn offline, and the enemy mechs just run in real quick? That's first rate. That's first rate. Most important, of course, is that we got the chip. That's sad. This is not my fault. This is certainly not my fault. So Aerophos the officer died because Zoe... Who's Zoe? Who's Zoe? Zoe over here decided to go ahead and do a wild shooting spree and killed her champion commander. Thanks for the food, we appreciate it. Slivers, thanks for the bits. Jim, thanks for the bits. Appreciate those victory bits. Thanks for all the cheering and encouragement and happiness. It's very, very nice. Do I think I could have done without the Empire? 100%. Absolutely. It was a better safe than sorry call, but it worked out really, really well. So, cool. Cool. This right here is the treasure. Finally, finally, finally. A nanostructuring chip. A molecular restructuring mechanoid microorgan. It's necessary to produce certain advanced mechanoids and equipment. Mechmentor can study the chip to help unlock higher tiers of mech tech research. Wow. Wow. So as of right now, I believe there are only 3 bosses in the game. And we've defeated all of them. Now, the fun is you can defeat them over and over and over again. Oh, look at that. Little hauler bot dragging in the mighty defeated body of the 3rd mech boss. And everyone's moving very, very slowly right now, unfortunately. And Kelmar just wants to sleep. All right. We have to go through that and reorganize our mechs. Putting all the non-combat ones back in their group. We have a whole bunch of resurrections to doing. whole bunch of resurrections to do, rather. We have a whole bunch of improvements to make. And at some level, I'm not exactly sure what's left in this playthrough. Like, there's plenty of stuff to do, of course, but like, that was the big goal, right? That was the big goal in which we just wanted to fight all 3 of the mech bosses. I mean, I guess the big goal becomes do all the research, make all possible mechs, I guess. I really do want to make the shield mechs and see how they work exactly. And then make some proper armor for our mech lord. But yeah, cool. I feel like we've accomplished some important part of this for sure. Hey, Grimy Grimes, you enjoy games like Victoria 3 and Paradox. Is this a game you might enjoy also? I'm always really hesitant. I'm always really hesitant to recommend any game to anyone. But yes, I do absolutely love this game, and I love Paradox games also. And so I'll always recommend this game. Now, that said, it's not a Paradox game, but if you like story-based strategy games and base builders, and like figuring out exactly how logistics queues work, this is an amazing game. I'd encourage you to read the Steam reviews. They are over the moon positive, and I think for fairly obvious reasons. If you like this kind of game, it is one of the best of them. Cheese Biscuits goes back to the cooking zone. Oops, cooking zone for you. And then Fairneth's Core goes to crafting. Cool. Hey, Talon Jarsa, thank you for the Prime sub. Very kind of you. Happy Rimworld Friday. Are DLCs required in this game? Nope. I've played about 1,200 hours this game, just and only with the base game. Now, all 3 of the DLCs do add some really cool stuff that I really enjoy. But no, they're not essential to have. And if you're someone who can't put a huge amount of money right now or doesn't want to, the vanilla game is beautiful and good, even without any mods at all. Now, if you were to look into certain mods and start making the game just the way you want, people have said there's like infinite replayability in this game, and I think that might be true. So, no, I can't say enough good things about Rimworld, and I expect that everyone in the channel will say the same thing. While there are quite a few games I stream where people will say, I don't really like Football Manager, but I do like Resorty, there's probably no one in the channel who will say they don't like Rimworld. Now, I'm sure that some of you are like, I'm a contrarian, I hate Rimworld, kappa. But no, I think that Rimworld is universally enjoyed in this stream community. So I'm sure everyone can tell their own favorite story of Rimworld, but no, it's just an altogether amazing game, maybe an altogether amazing team, and yeah, I just love it. Is this a new jacket? It's actually a robe. It's actually my Christmas robe. There you go. You can't even say you hate Rimworld anymore, Slivers? Yeah, once upon a time, Slivers was like, play more Bloodborne. Play more games in which you are beating up demons. And then you eventually got sweet on this one too. That's pretty fun. Some of my animals are outside of... they're outside of their barn because I opened the barn so we could fire consistently. Thank you, Gita Druid. I love this robe also. You'll be seeing it probably every Friday, Saturday stream from here forward. But Kelmar is now heading to research this machine. And with that, we've now unlocked Ultra Mech Tech and Waste Pack Atomizers. We can finally get rid of Yucca Mountain. So we can do this one, and we can do this one. It is so much researching, but we'll do it. Hey, Froga, what's up? The robe suits me well. Yeah, I often wear very plain jackets on stream, like plain blue, plain brown, etc. But I think it'd be really fun to have more weird jackets, we'll say. So this is not quite a jacket, but it's weird in the way I like anyway. The big hope right now is that we don't get raided while we clean up what's going on here. If we do, happily the Empire's here to protect us, and we can still call in our tribal friends also. But there's a whole bunch of repairing to do, and it'll get done fairly soon. The mechs are going ahead and also repairing our broken turrets, which is good. I'm not quite sure where I want to deploy them long term, but we'll see. Combat mechs are not quite in the right zones. Let's fix that. Dr. Game Merchant, who actually didn't need to do any work this time, is going to go ahead and join the main work group again. Hopefully you return to the correct pile there. It's very confusing when we're out of order. The other ones are all combat mechs. Good. Also, we can let Big Boy go home again and get back to digging. I'm actually going to hold off on that for a moment because I don't want Big Boy to go all the way down the digging hole of doom and then make Kelmar go out there to heal him up. So I'm going to invite you to go repair Big Boy next. And then we'll send him back to mining again. What weapon did the officer have? So unfortunately, the officer who died here had, what's it called? Corporeal acidifier, some kind of acidifier, so that starting in the royalty DLC, when a character dies who has like super high-tech weaponry, their body explodes, so you get none of it. Yeah, death acidifier, there we go. So early game, if you had the Empire visit and they have really fancy guns, really fancy armor, you might be tempted to kill them to get these items. And so Imperial people especially have these acidifiers. On death, all of their items are destroyed. So no. I believe he initially had, I don't remember what. He may have been the Charge Lance guy, actually, factually. No, he was a meleeer. I think he had the Plasma Sword. So, how it goes. Hello, Biff. How's it going? Maybe I start making some mines. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Unfortunately, we're currently repairing up stuff. Now, if you mean mines in the sense of this mine, we'll get right back to it. If you mean mines like the ones you put in the field, we'll also get to it. They'll probably only use those for future boss fights. I'm feeling a little bit overconfident and cocky right now. How did the DF playthrough go? Yeah, really fun. I learned a lot about Dwarf Fortress, really enjoyed it, but it's over for now. We'll get back to DF after a few months, probably. I think on Monday we're playing Crusader Kings 3. Unless I get some kind of inspiration over the weekend that encourages me to try something else instead. Big Boy's in good shape again. We'll go ahead and return him to the work group. He charges up and then we'll get back to digging. That's just fine. Kalmar is currently on job 1 smithing, so all that repairing get done quickly. Also, with all these dead scythers and all the rest, we were getting so many plasteel, I think, and steel and all the rest. We'll see. Do you love watching CK3 but never played it? Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many games. I mean, obviously, there's only so much time in one's life to play games, and so you can't play every game out there. I'm very lucky that I get to play games as part of my job. That's a really lovely thing you all have given me. But I know for a lot of folks, they have to pick just one game to play and to get good at, and I always hope folks enjoy watching me playing the other ones. So, only we had all the time in the world to play all the games. Like I said, retirement home very soon. Hello, Andre. You just started playing this game. On what difficulty did I start playing it? That was so long ago, I actually don't know. That said, there's no shame in playing really, really lower level difficulties while you're figuring stuff out. Just be aware that each time you step the difficulty, things get a little confusing for a while. You'll say things like, hey, this worked perfectly the first time I played, and why is it not anymore? And it's always going to be because some new mechanic has been introduced. But you can enjoy base builder level, you can enjoy peaceful. I probably started at the medium difficulty my first time, and I lost. I lost over and over again. It was brutal. I was such a bad player initially, and I think a lot of new players just kind of give up at that point and say, why would I play a game that has losing as such a central mechanic? But if you stick with it, you'll learn a lot, and I think you'll have fun. So if you have any questions, though, go ahead and ask in channel here. The people who are here know a tremendous amount about this game. Also, I don't want the food here anymore. That was just for that fight, so get rid of that. I said earlier that I want to make a door here. A granite door will be just fine because we shouldn't need to open it and close it during combat. We'll either open it or close it. Ambrosia addiction. The Hogster. Are you a guinea pig? You're some kind of animal. The Hogster has developed an addiction to ambrosia. Yeah, a guinea pig went and ate all the ambrosia. Good. I'm okay with it not getting its ambrosia. Like I said, though, we need to bring all the animals back into the barnyard. They escaped through this door. So I'm going to invite one of the children to go ahead and haul them in. That's Rog in particular will do that work. So you become job 1 handling. And they'll put you back on the mining work, of course. The kids are still locked inside, though, aren't they? Nope, I guess they are, actually. So you go back to the playpen zone. Rog the same. Good. You learn a lot more when losing than winning. I think that's generally true. Like I said, when we defeated Apricot there, I feel like we didn't learn everything. We never saw the beast or the boss jump. And so I don't know how that mechanic works yet. Because I want to know its cooldown especially. But we learned some things. Now that said, if you lose too hard or things go too badly too quickly, I think it's very hard to learn also. It's just confusing what even happened. So the way in which we fought the second boss, I actually didn't learn very much other than we need to have EMP weapons next time we fight it, because you get absolutely swarmed by so many enemies. We've fought the first boss 4 times now, the second boss once, the third boss once. I've got to try the second boss again at some point soon, but I don't quite know when that will be. I'm going to go and hold on to our special little nanostructuring chip right now, because I have a fear that I may need it to construct my waste pack atomizer. I don't know if that's true, but once we've done that, we'll then... Yeah, if we don't need one for that, we'll then use it for making some armor for Kelmar, probably. Or maybe some permanent upgrade would be even better. Let's see, what are the things we've unlocked here? Yeah, the helmet, the suit, and the probe. The probe causes faster repairs. That does sound very cool, but we'll see. Losing too hard too fast in the game can be really off-putting. Yeah, what are some games that are just stupidly hard the first time you play them? I mean, lots of strategy games that way. I think people who try Paradox games with no tutorials and no help and just dive in, they will often get very confused and just not be sure what happened at all. Yeah, it's interesting. I think for harder games, there often needs to be some kind of reward for figuring anything out or giving it another shot to keep players involved when they're perhaps a little unsure why even bother. All right, so we are repairing more of these little bots. I think we need steel for each of these repairs, so it's essential that we go ahead and get some more of that. Now, there is a giant pile out here of steel that I'm going to send someone out to work on, probably Big Boy. Unfortunately, though, it's time for an important moment. Hello, Jim 2. Jim 2 has stumbled his way into adulthood. Jim 2 is getting on some fancy clothes, believing it's time for the fulfillment of Jim 2's entire life. He wants to go do just one more job before the inevitable arrives. So, Jim 2 has reached the biological age of 13 and experienced a growth moment. Optimistic about the coming months. It's true. Optimism is the correct attitude for your upcoming date with destiny. He's shown little personal development. Jim 2 has regular nightmares about getting hunted by an emotionless waster. Alright, we're going to move real quick, Jim 2, so you can quickly go where you need to go. Now, is an emotionless waster chasing you? How close are we to finishing a dig here? It's a while. So Jim 2 heads inside, looking for Kelmar. Kelmar's over in the lab, waiting for Jim 2. Come on now, buddy. Got story time. Story time with Jim 2. Kalmar, I can't deal with it. The fear, the worry, it's all so terrible. Oh, don't you worry. I can guarantee that no waster will ever harm you. I can guarantee that you will be safe forever. There are no more nightmares, only dreams. Step into my dream machine. Oh, thank you, Kalmar. Thank you. This is beautiful and good. This is what I need. Oh, I feel so much better. The quiet, repetitive noise soothes me, helps me to enjoy. Oh, what's that giant saw? Kalmar, I thought there'd be no more nightmares. Yes, fall asleep, my child. All right, so we're stealing Jim 2's brain. Let's not watch that. It's upsetting to me, but Kalmar feels good about it. Now, at this point, we do indeed have 3 high subcores. So we can make 3 really fancy mechs, and we should probably get onto that fairly soon. Once we have more plasteel and steel. Now, as I said before, we do have plasteel available down here. We just need to finish digging the path to it. And then, frankly, smoothing all of it so our characters can get down there more swiftly. And that'll be really, really nice. Where is Big Boy? Where is Big Boy? Hey, Big Boy's getting the steel. That's what we wanted to see. That's what we got. Looking good. Okay. Up north, Kalmar continues to repair, folks. Good stuff, good stuff. Jim 2's brain has been destroyed. How'd that happen? Also, why are your eyes suddenly red? Have you become a hussar? Nope, just blood. All right. Dearly beloved, we are gathered today to appreciate our good friend Jim 2's contribution to the base. Holly's already getting him, actually. Very well, bro. Hello, Holly. Is Kalmar a bit of a monster? No. Kalmar's ensuring that the children never suffer again. And it also helps out with ensuring that the mechs have brains. That's all you need. I can now go ahead and remove the post-it note A here. This important reminder that we need to summon the 3rd boss. We'll have to see soon enough what we want to summon for next, like what next stream's job will be. The past 2 weeks has been summon Apricton, summon Apricton, summon Apricton. Mechs are almost entirely repaired. Quite a few of them are very low on energy. They will gradually refill, but next time we notice that the chargers are open, we'll definitely carry some over there. Also do want to go ahead and set up this recharger, which will consume more power, but our power right now is still, it's actually getting kind of low. Only positive 1,000 currently. However, here come some sheep. Beep, beep, they are sheep. I intend to sell them next time they're on offer. And so I'm definitely going to go ahead and just not name them. They're not really part of the base. You walk out of the room and Jim 2 died. What happened? You won't believe it. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a lightning strike. 100 to 1 chance. 1 to 100 chance? I don't know how odds work. But out of nowhere, he got struck by lightning and was made dead instantaneously. The moral of this story is bad things happen to good people, and it's not my fault. Back me up, chat. Back me up, chat. That's definitely what happened to our buddy, right? No, Jim 2 reached the age of majority. And in the age of majority, there's only one possible outcome. And that outcome is you get fed to the machine. And so we got fed to the machine, and now we have more brains. Okay, Mad Squirrel. Everyone's favorite event. Hello, buddy. Any mechs nearby to go punch it? No, not really. Oh, it walked right into a trap. There were so many places for it to go. It got excited and ran that way. Very well, very well, very well. Okay. This Militor is not being rebuilt there. Because someone suspended those forever no ways. You thought you were going to see a Robo-Worker versus Squirrel fight? Those are my favorite fights. If I have a hauling bot nearby, I love seeing the punch, but unfortunately, no. The spike trap got him before I could do it. I do enjoy taking bets on the question, who will win, random mad animal or random hauling bots. The hauling bot wins more often than I'd suspect often. Okay, so now that Jim is burned to a crisp due to the unfortunate lightning strike, Rog will then go ahead and take over the better bedroom. Nice. Happy to report that all of the floor in this room is finally smooth. And so our temple, the Robo Sanctum... Wait, why is it switching back and forth? Temple, and then it said Robo Sanctum a moment ago. Oh, anyway, the temple is extraordinarily impressive, primarily due to the size. We gotta have place for people to sit and worship the Robo Gods. Okay, can I make some lovely pews? Oh, pews are ideology now, aren't they? Yeah. And make it out of stone like everything else. Okay, they only go back this far and still be part of the congregation. Anyone behind that is just sleeping and playing video games. Oh, what was it? So in my childhood church, there's often this line that was said, if people came in before service and didn't sit in the first few lines, first few rows of pews rather, like went back here instead, they would say, what is it? Don't be back row Baptists. Now, I don't know why being a Baptist was considered a slur, but man wasn't. So, that's right, team. Don't you be back row Baptists. Hey, the failure, it's good seeing you. Thank you for the resub. You'll not have to watch the bottoms when you can see us live right now. That is awesome. I'm glad you're here. You did miss the third boss fight, unfortunately. I feel a little bad about that, but gotta ensure my people are not back row Baptists. I'm considering putting one in the middle here. It also might look nice to have a little bit of like a pathway through the middle. Also, as always, I kind of wonder if I can use flooring to make an image of the Robo God, a graven image of our deity. We'll see eventually. We'll see. Have tasteful lighting? It's true. The only lighting we have back here right now. I think, unfortunately, that's the only lighting we know how to make, other than the light ball. There's a slight bit of centering issue here, isn't there? So this is the midpoint between the two sides. The lectern should be here, actually. Oh, the issue, though, is that this is... No, just off center. What did I do? Sorry. If I destroy this, I think people get bummed out. We'll need to move it at some point so it looks nicer. Okay. And as I said before, I want to make this area into an orphanage. And I kind of sort of want to fill this entire room with just more and more and more of these band nodes. So I'm going to unlock this one so those two get done. And then we need to cool this room down to negative 19 also. Negative 18, rather. So I'm going to go and mine out a couple spots here in which we want to put more coolers. Also, just a moment ago I noticed that... Wait, this room is weird. It's 2 wide on that side and 3 wide on this side. Video game. Oh, secrets, that's fine. No one will ever notice. So what I was going to say, though, is a bit ago I noticed our power is lower than it should be. Yeah, we're only positive 100 power right now. And I'm curious if there's a missing power cable somewhere, or if we've just managed to set up more and more power consumption. Yeah, that really is it. It really is it that we're just not producing as much as we're consuming. Recently we added in these turrets. We could just turn them on. They draw a little bit. What else have I built recently? What it is all of these are functional right now. And instead of drawing full power, when they're offline, they draw almost no power at all. But clearly we do need to get some more power producers going. And so one of these two are next, I guess. I hope it's allergies. I've been sneezing more and more recently. There shouldn't be allergies happening. And yet. Where's Hollerbot going? Fetching all of the mighty, mighty steel. So soon this will all run out. And when it does, that's okay. Then more steel by the base. Also, the mecha army I think spawned right here. I guess their drop pods don't leave any steel slag behind. Or possibly it's the case that they do, but we already hauled it in. But I kind of sort of doubt that. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go ahead and set up a wall around this thing. More power, more good. The standard distance here. Like so. And like so. Gotta remember to set up no roof here. We also started installing auto doors. That's the other thing we did that consumed a decent amount of power. Very glad we still have 2 more of these, and oh boy, component issues. Oh boy, oh boy. Not a huge problem. We'll fix that soon though. Alright, over here we want to say no roof allowed. Good. Missed one spot, didn't I? Yep. Cat. Quest failed. We didn't go rescue someone because we don't believe in leaving the map in this playthrough. So the nearest power line is right here right now. I'm considering making a power line that runs all the way through here, or possibly up this way. But for right now, I want to leave them segregated. So we're going to attach these 2 together, like that, and like that. And then run power up there for now. And then eventually, once we've done some digging through here and there, we'll attach that way also. But that's a bunch of work. Hey, old beard, good seeing you. Sorry you missed the noms of me opening. It was very short today. She had a meeting, but I'm sure she says hello and she hopes you're well. How's it going, Sir Wales? Rimworld Hyper inspired to start up a new game. What kind of goals do you have in your new game? I hope it goes very well. Hope you have a ton of fun. There are few feelings better in the world than a brand new Rimworld start. Every time I play one, I'm filled with optimism until things start falling apart very quickly. We still have a few more graves open there. And. Big Boy's wandering freely. Is all the digging done then? We intentionally held off on this until I don't recall why we held off on that. It might be a concern that if there's an infestation in here, it'll pour out this way. So I want to dig out kind of carefully, such that we have a doorway at which we can send the troops down and fight. I just want to dig carefully here, probably. Now, you do see components and steel along the wall. We'll mark any of that. No more, no more. It's a lot of graves, indeed it is. We have buried every single character who's died on our map. The friends are buried inside, the foes are buried outside, and I've actually never done that before. I've talked about doing this previously, and then gotten discouraged and started cremating every single time. But this time, all of our dead friends. Now, probably some bodies were destroyed in fires, in decay, by not getting them fast enough, but I'm proud of myself. Oh, Rog. So I am so pleased that Rog has not actually melded with anyone. I don't know how that works yet, but had she melded and then we fed her to the machine, it'd be real bad. But it is time for you, my friend, to go into the machine. We need one more component for that. It'll be dug out in a moment. So we'll see what happens if Rog suddenly announces, "I love you, Kelmar," if he recoils through the recluse. Rog is now 13, also an adult. We're going to make you staggeringly ugly in hopes that Kelmar does not fall in love with you before you go into the machine. A beautiful high mate. Oh, it'd be so cool if the different genetic setups led to different kinds of brains. I think we discussed when we first started playing, like, wouldn't it be really cool if you gave your crafting bot a genie brain if they got a further bonus to crafting? I would even take the negative version of that. If you give your crafting bot the brain of a Neanderthal, that it wouldn't craft very well at all. That'd be a cool mod. I'm sure that mod already exists, but it'd be really, really cool to see it work. And I have seen a bunch of our animals trying to leave the map still. So earlier we had, what's his bucket? Gym 2, go ahead and collect some of the animals. Elmer's currently working on researching, probably about 1,000 points through an 8,000 point job. I'm going to interrupt that just briefly to ensure that all the animals get hauled in, or else we won't be able to sell them in the future. So you become Handler-in-Chief for just a moment. Oh, why are you awake? Yeah, so as the combat mechs get repaired, they immediately join group number 1. We prefer group number 2 instead. So, Scyther, changeover, all these Militors also. You know, we gotta decide what kind of big mech we want to make next. I think I might make centipedes next, just because I've never ever had one. I think it might be really fun to do so. That should do it. Yeah. Tunneler, lifter. And the constructoid needs to get repaired somehow. What about Kelmar did? Why is Kelmar outside so far just getting wood? You're not job 1 hauling. In fact, you don't haul at all. Were you constructing, possibly? Seems unlikely. Maybe Kelmar went out to try to bring an animal in and then got distracted. Somehow. Yeah, I'm not sure. Before stream ends today, we're definitely going to get the atomizer researched and hopefully the first one built. I wouldn't be surprised if it needs just crazy amounts of materials because it seems like such a strong item. We can see what it creates, but not how to construct it. It does consume 400 power at a time, so that is fine. That is fine. I'm making sure my mechs are not locked inside. The constant concern on that. They're all in the correct zones. Very good, very good. How many days are we into this playthrough? Are we going down just one person again? It always makes me wonder. So yeah, 2.5 days. More than 2.5 days, actually. Yeah, it's been a good playthrough for sure. There have been 68 major threats, 43 raids, 9 dead colonists. No one's gone to space yet. So the next big goal, like the final goal for completing this this playthrough, is I want Kelmar to be 100% a robot, other than possibly his brain. And got a lot of work to do on that still. I'd love to have Architect parts in particular, but finding those is a bit of a challenge. I think they do spawn out of Ancient Dangers, so it's possible that late in the game, I might abandon the base, like not entirely abandon it, but just leave the map entirely, and leave just like a small defensive force of turrets, and let Kelmar try to go from Ancient Danger to Ancient Danger in hopes of finding all the Architect parts he needs. Now, more likely we can buy them off of traders, so we can start calling for traders by using the comms console. That might help. But there's no guarantee getting the parts you want. You could also head to the world map and try to go trade for them. If only there were autonomous trading robots. Yeah, unfortunately the nearest truly friendly group is way over here. So if we want to take a trip, we have to go over the mountain, unfortunately. Okay, got some more spaceship parts. We're about to get destroyed. I was totally sure that by the time we dug through this area, we'd find the Ancient Danger. But still no at all. We'll see. Yes, Sally, good to see you. This is indeed my new robe. The one that I love so much. So, probably gonna see me wearing this most Saturdays for sure. Big Boy says he's wandering. Why are you wandering out here, brother man? Like, I'll give you more things to dig, but are you becoming sentient? Are you becoming aware of the world? Like, oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I want to see this thing. I got a quest called Installation Looting. There's a nearby ancient complex that has ancient treasure. We can break inside if we want to. Yeah, all these little complexes could be really fun to explore. Or Kelmar could die. Or both. I need more steel again. I think we already smushed all the enemy bodies and burned through their steel so quickly. But more slag happens. Yeah, I wonder what the steel went to. I think, resurrecting a whole bunch of the mechs is part of the story there. If I acquired a plaid suit, you're going to compare me to Hannibal. I mean, I've wanted a plaid suit for a very, very long time. I may get one eventually, but I need to get a blue tie first. I've been saying for a while I need a beautiful light blue tie to match one of my jackets, but keep forgetting to order it. I often say to myself as streams start, oh, I need to buy this kind of tie or that kind of tie. And then by the time stream's over, I totally forget what I've said. So I'm not going to repair this because I'll consume a bunch of steel. And I think it's time to assign Big Boy just more digging. Oh, yep, more components there. Hey, Security Bob. Business robes need to be a thing for work from home. I mean, why are business robes not a thing just for life in general? How does this infest? Oh, cool. What we marked there is the very edge of the infestation zone. So that's really nice. Which means I actually want to not dig out this line and go make just one door there. Yeah, cool. Enemy, or our folks will stand in this area. That's fine. Why'd I have a roof there? And then we do ultimately want to smooth this entire wall all the way back to base. Oh gosh, yep, someday. The church is almost fully smooth also. These pews do take 100 granite blocks each. Good thing we still have plenty of those coming in. Might make sense for us to go ahead and make some more bots. I'm not quite sure what kind would be most helpful right now. However, we did finish research on Devil Strand, and I want to get Devil Strand so I can make Kelmar a fancy robe, or fancy duster rather, before he moves to his mech armor stuff. So I'm going to take my heal root area, I believe. Yeah, we have stupid amounts of heal root right now. I'll take just this one and turn it into a lovely, lovely Devil Strand. Takes skill of 10. I believe that the agricultural bots have 10, so that will be just fine, thanks. Yeah, man, with mechs, it's so much easier to just get a base on autopilot. If we weren't trying to expand, but just instead to keep things going, I honestly do not know if we'd have any troubles, other than raids. Like, for raids, we need to think very seriously about how to use turrets and how to have my various mechs be on duty all the time. I know you can set up mechs to patrol around the base. I suspect with more than enough of them, you could fight most enemy invaders. But the automation's feeling pretty darn good. I don't think I've yet recharged. Yeah, haven't reloaded the mortars. Gotta do that at some point soon. Over here, need more steel still. Also, Kelmar will very, very soon be back up to being absolutely delighted to be left alone. Where are ya? Where's Recluse? There, Recluse in a small group. Soon he'll get, I think, plus 12 for being 100% alone. I'm going to expand out the smelting range of this thing just a little bit to grab these also. That's a job, whoops, job here. I'll probably pull these back eventually, but this should still stay inside the base entirely. And where is Fairnath's core? Yeah, over here. Yeah, like I said, another constructing bot could be really, really cool. Not constructing, crafting bot rather, just to get more stuff done more quickly. We need to have a more stable source of steel. And like I said, I think eventually in the playthrough we may have to have a person always assigned to steel digging. Hope that our next child we get is very, very, very young, so we can keep them around digging for a very long time. Yeah, good job, you. Good job. That part's been dug out. Very cool. So I want to dig out a little bit more, actually. Yeah, there's the inside portion right there needs to be dug. There and there. We got all of the components out also. Awesome, awesome. Want to go ahead and drop some traps in there as well as a door. And the door does not need to open very quickly, so it goes there. And they'll do the traps a little bit later for sure. I'm considering making this all home zone just so that my poor cleaner bots go and clean it up at least once. Yeah. I'll undo the home zone eventually, but for right now I do want this to look nice, at least for once. So good luck, little robots, in getting deeper and deeper inside. This is our home zone also. We just need to make sure that like, if there's a fire down here, I don't care about it to unhome zone it. Cool. This thing wants all the steel also. I'm going to forbid this for a moment, so the steel is used for getting rid of Rog first. That a non-child exists in the base offends us all. I do wonder if as the steel comes in, if it's all being consumed in components. For now, we're going to have Helmar come smelt down. Okay. All we need to then pack this thing. Waiting for ingredients. So someone else is already moving them, I believe. Probably the hauler there. Yep. All right, Rog. How much work do you have left on your last piece ever? Too long, too long. So, Rog, it is time for you to have your date with Destiny also. Into the box you go. Now, Kelmar's already a little bummed over one person being rip scanned. I kind of sort of wonder, will this double? Will it go to -12? Bye, Rog. Oh, we actually don't have a prepared casket for this person. And the standard lineup here is not going to work. So I want to reinstall you there. And then we'll quickly make one more granite coffin to increase the beauty of my ongoing funerary locale. That's why I got to clean out Yucca Mountain and have a further hole in the ground for hiding all of the many, many, many bodies. If we're not careful, when Rog dies here, my hauling bot will try to drag her into a grave, and we can't have that, of course. We're going to invite Omar to go ahead and make more stones real quick. Bye, Rog. Bye, Rog. Okay. So Kelmar is now, yeah, -11. So not quite as bad as I thought it would be, but still pretty unhappy. How will he ever manage? There are enough stones now for us to make the sarcophagus. We got a quest called Housing Royals. A Knight of the Empire wants to stay with us with one person. They're suffering from paralytic abasia and must be kept in bed. What? I mean, I don't want to say that people who are paralyzed shouldn't see beautiful and cool things, but this is a weird quest. Two dudes join us and just sort of hang out for a while. In that he's a knight, I wonder if he'll demand having a room of certain quality. The game does not say that he will. Hello, Vadim. If we want to, we can have this person join us, but... Oh my goodness! This is the chosen character. This is the kind of character one jokes about all the time. Double Passion Melee. Tough, and Brawler, and Nimble. What is this nonsense? In any other playthrough, I would take this character 1,000 times. I would, I don't know what to say about it. Such a good character with such great traits, but yeah, too old. Yeah, this has a possibility of being an amazing meleeer, but Not in this base. So I'll accept just for the goodwill to keep them as allies. Cool. Welcome, Imperials. So, this guy, who's not the knight, is paralyzed but wearing really, really attractive armor. That's a little silly. Is it a little silly? I think it might be a little silly. Hates Lord Kelmar. Everyone hates Lord Kelmar. It's unfortunate. All right, go ahead and drag him inside. Thank you. We did forbid Rog's body, correct? Yeah, good. And I'm going to forbid working on all of these right now, just so they move over to the sarcophagus, hopefully. Yep, they're doing so. Man, why did that character spawn on this playthrough out of all the playthroughs? Hopefully it's the case that Game Merchant will keep an eye on them all the way through. They want to hang out for 10 days. That's fine. That's just fine. And I believe Game Merchant will bring them food consistently. There'll be no problems at all. Big Boy wanders once more. So, if I were an ancient danger, where might I live? Like, there's this area. I think I'd prefer to dig somewhere that is not in the base, which means there is a possibility of infestations very far away. So, let's just dig at this one a little bit. On the area that's not going to infest and see what we find. Go ahead and dig out, I guess, all of that. I'm expecting that ancient dangers cannot be on the edge of the map. I don't know if that's true, but it would be nice if it were. And then maybe here? I don't know. And of course, it's possible there is no ancient danger, right? I'm sorry, gas station. You gotta be under 13 to get picked for this base. Hey, some visitors. Hello, buddies. Some folks from the Outlanders are here to trade with us. Maybe they will have robot body parts for Kelmar. Sarcophagus getting done. I'll put one on the other side also. As that's getting done, we can then let these come back online again. Good. And yeah, we're about, a third of the way through, a little over a third of the way through this research. It'll get done today for sure. Does the knight have ridiculous demands? No, there's no concerns at all about give me a fancy room or else. So everyone's feeling pretty good, and yep, my Doctor Bot takes care of them. We can just ignore them for the remainder of their time here. I guess giving them a TV would be a nice thing. We do have one TV here. It'll keep them entertained. Kind of sort of want to buy a fancy television. Haven't seen one yet this playthrough, I think. Now that all the animals have been hauled back inside, which I think they have. I hope they have. Take Kelmar off of animal handling to ensure he's not wasting his entire life on just milking all the livelong day. Does the happiness of your characters factor in? Grimmy, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that question. Factor into what exactly? Because, yeah, one of the central mechanics in the game is how happy characters are. And you can see here the things that make them happier and sadder. It's like productivity and stuff. Not that I know of. The central way in which mood works in this game, actually, there is a certain way it does. I'll explain. So the main way it happens is you got to keep it fairly high. The lower it gets, the higher the chance there's something called a mental break. And that means a character just goes and does something awful. Now, the awful things it could do might be like sulks in a room, or goes and punches a robot, or breaks your beloved statues. In the positive direction, if you make them happy enough, they'll still get a positive mood bonus, which might be like the next time they do any crafting, the item will be 2 levels higher than usual. Or for the next 8 days, they run faster than otherwise. So at the much farther top, or much farther bottom, there are major effects. And the higher difficulty level you go at, the harder it is to go each direction. So that's what's going on there. All right. Military engineers crash on nearby. Too close for us to deny seeing them, but they're 25, and so they'll just hang out there for a while and let the deer eat them, perhaps. Where in this playthrough, I'm totally cool with like just ignoring folks. In my other playthrough I'm doing right now, I'm having to like give substantial reasons for engaging with or ignoring characters. Or here it's like, Kelmar's a bad person. Who cares about what's outside? Oh shoot, we didn't trade. Oh shoot. I didn't even see the traders. Oh yeah. This is one of those things that people mod out for like entirely sensible reasons. It's unfortunately really, really abusable. But the traders will attempt to go to the newest part of the base often, which is here. So they never actually came to the base proper, and so I never noticed them. There's a trading spot mod that lets you say traders must go to a given location. The problem with that, though, is you can use it to go kill them. You can force the traders to go into situations where they easily die, and you get all their lucky charms. And I really see the appeal of that for cases like that, where I could have gone traded had I noticed them, but I didn't notice them because they were so far away, unfortunately. More spacecraft chunks. Glorious. Alright, hopefully soon we have a child who can go dig some plasteel for us. If not, then poor Kelmer's gonna have to head all the way down there and get it. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna set up a job here to make one duster out of Devil Strand. And a duster will be for the boss man in a little bit here. And then we'll probably after that set up a job to just endlessly make Devil Strand clothes for selling. So none of you, yes you, fancy mushrooms are made into fancy clothing real soon. I may actually have Kelmar do that himself now that I think about it. So I want the highest quality possible on that. And Kelmar's guaranteed to give us that. Okay, is Big Boy digging. Made Big Boy dig way down here. Perhaps it's too far away. I've already dug into the edges of these. This thing here, I believe, is not infestable at all. Yeah, this is just in the way. And there's no particular reason to mine it out, but I'm going to do so anyway. It'll give us more granite blocks, and always gotta love those. We have all these shelves. I plan to head for a whole bundle of storage rooms, then have very, very few items to actually store. Other than wood. Wood is the thing we have far too much of. Also, how much longer do I have to protect this thing? Like, I'm not going to tear it down right away, but as of right now, I believe if it's destroyed, we get in big trouble. Or maybe not. It may already be over. Huh. Isn't there like a jump to linked quest if it still exists as a structure? Yeah, I may have completed that then. Yeah, because none of these are, and none of these at all are for that structure. My goodness, this playthrough started 9 in-game years ago. Luckily, Kelmar is only 42 years old, so he may live forever, given that he has the Biotech Shaper, or Biosculptor Shaper, which will allow him to consistently turn back time over and over again. Then, as usual, anytime I think about this thing, I then go ahead and put out one more line of sterile tiles, just to improve the room's cleanliness a little bit more. That'll help it function a tiny bit faster, knocking out Kelmar for fewer than 9 days. It's not done. Kelmar, let's go ahead and finish this up, please. Gotta get Frog buried before she turns into a monster of filth on the ground. I'm gonna put some lighting on the inside of the outside. I'm going to try the outside, see what it looks like. If it looks dumb, we'll go to the inside instead. For that, though, we do need to go ahead and get a power line all the way through. So more smoothing for our little construction bots. We have 3 construction bots. I wonder where the third one is. Uh-oh. So, someone never... Oh, actually, factually, this one's auto recharging. Probably went looking for a charger and couldn't find one, which is a clear sign we need more chargers in the base, but I'm going to ignore that for right now. So, cargo pods, what do we get? What do we get? Devil Strand. So we researched Devil Strand, and now we got some. So we'll have Kalmar go ahead and make his parka straight away. It'll be brilliantly bright blue very, very soon. All right, how many spots remain in Yucca Mountain? It looks like 30 or 40 or so, so still quite a few more. Then we go ahead and bury Rog right here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm going to set up a job to make some new mech I've never had before. The ones we have available right now are various kinds of centipedes. And then Diabolus, a boss mechanoid. Oh, so to make it, you have to have 2 signal chips. And signal chips you get by killing Diabolus twice more. So I kind of sort of wonder then, like, if a person's doing a complete playthrough, how many times they actually kill the boss mobs? Each time the boss mob gets stronger and stronger and brings in more and more folks to fight. Ad coming in a second. Nothing's happening, I promise. For right now, let's go and make a centipede gunner. A bunch of steel, bunch of plasteel, bunch of components, and someone's brain. So I think the oldest extant brain I have belongs to Mr. Bleeze. Is that true? Yeah, I have nothing named Mr. Bleeze, so definitely Mr. Bleeze is the one whose brain we jam on in there. The pile somewhere. So Mr. Bleeze's centipede will come along pretty soon. Got a quest called An Immense Edifice. The Dame Theodora Akominata wants to build a monument for her son. It's a whole bunch of blocks. Got 20 days to do it. And get more goodwill. So the Empire's going to give us plus 18 in a little bit. 11 by 20. I think this may be 11 by 20. If I go out there and destroy it, can I just rebuild them in the exact same location? Let me make sure my measuring is actually correct here. 95% sure it is. 14 by 30 something. So actually it's overly large. Yeah, let's definitely destroy this and then immediately remake it. I think one may get a pop-up warning if you mark to show that something that's quest linked. Oh, this is roofed. It is. It is, it is. So we need to remove the roof first. Or do we? This is 13, so no, the middle will not fall in. We're fine. I think. Okay. Yeah, really excited to see if the waste pack atomizer needs to have the chip from the robot. If not, I'm looking forward to making something else with that chip very soon. So our beautiful, beautiful temple is still extremely impressive. I think that may be the top level of impressiveness. Because we have limited steel right now, I'm going to turn these back off again. And we got a fire going in the home zone, but not really. Yeah, we need steel for this also. Ah, so much steel needed still. So it really comes down to, can Big Boy find another big load of steel? And as he's digging, no luck yet. It's infestations. Let's not actually go for that right now. With this brought up, we can now see what's safe to dig, and there's plenty of it. I'm leaning towards nothing in here is going to be the Ancient Danger. I'll dig out Gissel's Mark so far, and then after that we'll pick somewhere else to dig. And I am considering doing strip mining. Yeah, some map back in like, I don't know, beta 18 or something, I dug through every bit of mountain, line by line by line, and found so much treasure, but it was really ugly when eventually a infestation happened there. Alright, more junk, what we got? Smoke Leaf. Happy day for Kelmar. Then a visitor's coming in to trade. It's a bully. Now, bully for you, what do you have to sell? Yeah, really nothing we need. I'd like to have his silver, so I'll sell him something of interest and value. And this time, yes, indeed, he is heading up north, so whatever reason decided down here is not so necessary. Delighted to report, absolutely delighted to report that this has been totally cleaned out now. We can remove the home zone there, which will ensure that if there's an infestation, for instance, my little cleaner bots do not immediately run attempting to clean up after the enemy. A mess. Probably stream about a half an hour more today, which is a little bit earlier of an end than usual, but I'm not quite done with the YouTube video for this week, and I prefer not to stay up all night doing so, because Nums and I have only one more weekend together before the school semester restarts. And once the semester's on, it's going to be very hard for us to get much time together, but we're so excited this weekend. We set some time aside to go read at one of the local libraries. There are a couple bigger libraries here in town that are really beautiful, and we tend to go there and just sit and read a book and enjoy a latte or something. And then we have a yearly tradition. On the night before the semester teaching starts, we go to a place called Koko Ichi, which is a Japanese curry restaurant that is so inexpensive and so tasty. And it's the very first meal we ever had in Japan was just that. So happy memories, and it'll be a lot of fun to have it, and I'll take pictures for sure. Japanese curry is a kind of weird dish. It's not super flavorful or super spicy in the way that Indian curries may be, but it's good. It's definitely good. It's a sort of thick brown soup, maybe? I don't know. Speaking of station, is it katsu curry? It's not katsu curry. If you want to pull it up, it's called Koko Ichi, C-O-C-O, and it's a chain restaurant here in town. Giant insects, close enough. Giant insects, they are burrowing in. Hello. All right, I've actually had this happen once here before, and it went fine last time. We'll go fine this time too. Now, it is possible they come up this direction, but it's such a long walk, it probably will not happen. So, forbid both these doors for right now. This area is still home zone, so I'm going to go and remove that also, just so my poor cleaner does not try to come help. Standardly, I'd bring Big Boy here to help, but Big Boy is so far away. So yes, indeed, it is finally time for Space Heater to do something. Alright, Max, go ahead and move into escort mode. I'm going to leave Dr. Game Urchin behind. Militor in the wrong group. I think that's all for now. I do wonder just how many there'll be. We'll check out in a second. Looking like only 4. This is a surprisingly small infestation. Now, I know one of the prime determinants to raid size is how many colonists you have. So that we only have one real colonist is probably limiting things, but it is a little bit surprising. Is Space Heater coming also? Yeah. Now, there might still be a tremendous number of enemies, as always. Big Boy, where have we gotten off to now, man? Yeah, so far away. So this will be our first infestation fight without Big Boy along. My little heart breaks at the thought. Kokoichi is in the West Coast. I actually didn't know that. Yeah, I don't quite know what Japanese companies are available in the US also, except for 7-Eleven, which is the best Japanese company ever. Hello, friends! Yeah, only 3 of the big boys. 3 mega spiders. 7 Spellipedes. Und where's the little cuties? There they are. 5 Megascarabs. Yeah, that's a decent number. No traps this time. I think I've talked about putting traps there and never quite did so. Alright, Scythers are still on the way down. I think I'm maybe missing a Scyther. So there's one there. One there. Und. Ah, one's still broken. Interesting. Interesting. One cool thing, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, is this area over here. Never mind. I was going to say this area over here is open to the world, and so this will not count as a totally enclosed room. So fire starting in here will not overheat the entire base. It might get fairly hot fairly quickly. To avoid that, I'm going to hold open this door. Oh, you can't move them at that distance, but I'm sure someone will come through. There we go. So that door will stay open. Is there a clear path then to where we're fighting? There is. So the base will not superheat then as fast as it would otherwise. Why do I fill in the mountains back after mining? So it's just one of my ticks. So in this base, obviously, we have infestations. In some bases, I don't want to deal with them at all. In this case, though, I prefer to deal with my infestations in an area where I can control them pretty easily. The parts of the mountain I'm filling in are those that are infestable. You can tell that based on the dark green here. So ideally, I want to have none of those infestations over here. Just because it'd be annoying to have to go fight them out in the open field instead of in the controlled area. But that's the reason why. You'll notice me do that regularly and not really comment on it. Alright. So. Where's Space Heater? Where is Space Heater, my Firebot? There he is. Militors galore. Stand behind also. Okay. Just in case I'm wrong about the heat issue, I have Kelmar ready to run. We just need to keep an eye on it, see how hot it can get. We'll see. And like I said, I'd love to have a third melee right here, but I just don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we move these all in, I believe they will not shoot the Scythers. Now, unfortunately, Kelmar might, but I'm okay with that. So, open the drawbridge! Glorious! Temperature's only 8 degrees, no worries. Fire happening in the home zone. So, as usual, say it's not a home zone. Ha ha ha, big fun. Temperature's now 11 degrees, fine. First Reaper is taking some damage, no huge concerns. Okay, so this push thing is a mechanic I read about a couple days ago. I was like, I've never seen that before. So, I don't exactly know what happened there, but I think while we were fighting, an enemy pushed through and pushed back our dudes, even though they're stacked up pretty well. Now, it died right away, so no concerns, but I need to read more about this mechanic. Yeah, I don't understand well enough to actually explain what's happening. 14 degrees, fine. A traitor is stomping it in. I'm going to leave it up so I don't forget, but 15 degrees. Yeah, I gotta say that Space Heater's the absolute hero here. Alright. Lancers have shifted to firing on the various infestable areas. They avoid collision when they're on fire. That's what it is, right? Exactly. Enemies can run through on fire. Thank you, Spartacus, for remembering how that works. But yeah, we gotta run away. Yeah, we gotta make sure it doesn't happen in the future if possible. It's not a huge deal in this case, but it could be very destructive if we're not careful. Hey, Paranoiac, thank you for helping with that one also. That'll do it. Oh boy, can you see the last one? Nope, not quite. All right, Kelmar, go ahead and move forward somewhat. 33 inside now, so it is heating up nicely. It's not going to superheat, though. There's not enough things to burn. But I'll invite the mechs to go ahead and put it out. This is a mechanic that some people I was talking to on Reddit yesterday or day before did not know at all, and they were delighted that I taught them because they were playing a Mechanor base without any characters who could firefight. And I said, actually, your mechs can all firefight. And it was really, really surprising to them. You have to draft them, you have to move them next to it, but mechs will do that work. They thought that only the paramedic mech could firefight, but luckily that's not the case. Very nice. No worries, all good. A little warm, but not excessively. That'll cool down as time goes by. So, we're going to return this to being our home zone once more. And then mark all you all as being claimable. As I've mentioned before, I do really, really enjoy helping folks out on the subreddit. Because often people come in like, hey, I'm a brand new player. This game is so overwhelming, but I want to be good at it. I want to have fun. I love helping that person out so much. All right, we do have a trader here. Oh, wait. Oh, this is funny. Imperial traders will only visit once you have a knight or higher in your colony. We do not have a knight in our colony, except Euphemia here. Our visitor is a knight. Actually, sorry, no, Deus Pulse Mombus is the knight. And so I can't trade with him. Fun. I was thinking for a moment, oh wow, I haven't seen an Imperial Trader at all in this playthrough. I've only seen Imperial Taxmen. And the reason why is because they cannot spawn unless you have a knight. Love it. Now, if only I could roll my knight out to say hello to them, it'd be fantastic, but no. All right, next go back to sleepy time fun. Has Big Boy found anything down here? Nope, of course not. I think I may hold a poll on where we should dig next. And see whoever guesses right on where the ancient danger is wins a big prize of some sort. It's probably in the largest enclosed area, right? Which is why I dig this out. But it could be here. You know what? Sure. This is what we'll do next. Big Boy. Just dig like so. And though it's preferable to dig every other if we want to find, or every two, rather every four, every three, with some distance in between, if we want to find everything in there, I do want to keep it in a way where I can keep it under control for infestation fighting if necessary. So go in, and then we'll go in, and with that, we may be able to have another path into the alleged base. Now, were I playing with a bunch of characters, I'd love to make all this into bedrooms and recreation rooms and all the rest, but just Kelmar, it feels kind of silly doing much more than this, but maybe it's worth doing. Let's go and mark all this to get dragged out, rather. Do I have a marble stockpile anywhere? This is granite. I think this is granite also. Here's marble. And it is unfortunately just about entirely full, so we're going to expand it just a little bit. And a guinea pig attacks. Is it time? Is it time for guinea pig on Hollerbot action? No, it's time for guinea pig on Empire action. Place your bets now. Who's gonna win? Will the guinea pig manage to bite even a single Imperial soldier? Oh, dodge. Oh, dodge. Unfortunate. If you bet on the guinea pig, you're an absolute hero for trying, but nope. Chomos only took attacks from his fellows, and his little belt held on just fine, so boo. Lots more insect meat coming in, which means a bunch more kibble for the animals. Been a while on that. I was waiting for steel on something. What was that something? I mean, it's all been turned into components already. Good job, Fairnet's core. Steel was for... I know I forbid this. Though I do want to build it. I have no idea. Whatever it is unimportant. How can you not root for the underdog? I mean, it's like a child taking on the Manchester United Football Club. Well, it is technically possible. Well, it is in fact technically possible that the child could score once. He just got some doubts. Probably. In the morning, Kalmar, please plug this one back in. And what are my cleaner bots doing? I wonder. There's a lot of cleaning to do, so no great surprise on that. They're probably cleaning up over here, yeah. Yeah, at least one is. This insect jelly sells for quite a bit, so we should probably go ahead and send it along to some friends at some point. Man, I wish I could even give a gift to these folks. It'd be really helpful if I could say, here, I don't want your stuff, but take this back to your Empress. We also have to decide, after Kalmar is totally turned into a robot, what endgame should we go for? I think the invite the Empress over could be a lot of fun. The appropriate ending is the Architect ending. The problem with that, though, is you have to sell your base 3 times. And while we have one base of sufficient value, I believe. Wait, isn't it a value of 350,000? No, this base is not valuable enough, unfortunately. Well, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Oh, it's probably just repaired last Scyther. I assume is marked here to repair. Yep, forever and ever. Halfway through the research there. Cool. Chances are better on the kid versus Man U, because if Man U plays the kid, they let him score 1 goal for good press. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. We'll have to increase the seriousness of the play. What's it going to be? Something like, if the child scores on the keeper, all of you will die. Yes, maybe that's the appropriate way in which we can say we'll have a chance of no child scoring on Man U. Yeah, why didn't the Empire let the guinea pig score once? Just bite 1 time for good press. The Empire needs no good press. They have the force of law on their side, and the force of force, surely. This is idiotic. I should not be doing this. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to hold off on constructing both of these. Ideally, I'd like no more construction jobs with deconstruct. Now, I think deconstruction happens before smoothing does. Is that true? It does. It does. Well before, actually. What are the other little construction bots doing? That's Bob. Good job, Bob. And Jimmy? Repairing some traps. There's one down here also that's run into by a squirrel, but nope, it's gone also. There's all this building also, which is, while it's very important, is not essential at the moment. So I'm going to actually hold off on all of this. Okay. I think that's all the construction for now. But wait, there's more! I think that's all the construction for now. Hopefully. Hey, Architect, you're glad my base is going well. Your Mechanitor playthrough randomly decided to stop. In what sense did it randomly decide to stop? Like, did the save file get corrupted, or did you do some terrible thing? It stopped spawning raids after 300,000 base value. Are you playing on Randy Random? Like occasionally on Randy, as you know, there are very, very long breaks between raids, and it gets kind of boring. If you're playing Cassandra, though, they should be coming at a regular rate. You could potentially attempt to spawn a raid with dev mode, like to make sure you do one of appropriate value, and that might kick it back on again. But I've never seen it happen before. It's a Cassandra playthrough. Yeah, I've never seen that happen where suddenly there's no more raids coming. That's a weird bug. As always, I want to say, it must be a mod conflict, but I don't know if that's true at all. I hold off on these also. Where are you going, kiddos? To make a door. That's the one down here. No, no, no. No, no, no. And now what you got? Deconstruct? A door still? Wait, where's another door? Ah. These doors. And then also to go for these rocks. I'm going to ignore that for right now in hopes the case that the... I remember to unforbid those before the next raid comes. Are we deconstructing, little buddies? Yes. Yes, they are. So this deconstruction being done will allow me to accept the quest to rebuild right here. Yeah, the number of posts over on the subreddit about like, this mechanic isn't working in my game, or this terrible thing has happened, all of my colonists won't walk anywhere. The answer is almost always, you have a mod conflict. And I try very hard not to say this, because it does get like beating the same drum over and over again, but I love the idea of being able to mod your game however you want to, but it does introduce such problems sometimes in the weirdest of ways. Whoops, I miscounted. So the middle section, no, is not being supported by the outer walls here. If we mark to remove roof, this will happen immediately. What? Oh, roof right here collapsed. So it's marked as being, go ahead and do roof. They'll be fine. I mean, they might be fine. It is just the tiny little robots, but I'll have to get this done, so I'm not going to require them to keep on putting themselves in mortal danger. I do wonder how many posts could be automatically responded to over on Rimworld by, is it a mod issue? Probably a lot. Probably a lot. The one thing I'm waiting for, this is me being a little ridiculous, of course, is from time to time there's a thread that shows up that's of the forum, recommend some YouTube playthroughs, and it's always the same 4 or 5 people mentioned. Pete Complete especially, and Francis John, and Samuel Streamer, and so on. And I'm just waiting until someday, someone says, I like the Resorty YouTube playthrough. Now, I considered doing the awful thing and using an alt account to say, I just saw this guy named Resorty, you should check it out too. But I realized that would be not terribly sporting. But I'll know I've made it when someone finally recommends that playthrough. It's only 5 episodes up so far, so there's not been that much chance for people to discover it. But yeah, I'm enjoying making it, and so I hope other people enjoy watching it. We'll see. So the quest that we want to accept, we have 22 hours to accept. And that is just fine. Yeah, the Rimworld subreddit is a strange place. Because on the one hand, it's absolutely crazy how some people there are like, I'm totally new. Please just help me. Please just find a way to help me play the video game. And other people are like, I'm old and cynical and I've played 4,000 hours of Rimworld, and if you're not playing the way I'm playing, there's no point in playing it at all. It's just the interesting mix of folks. Hey, anonymous gifter, thank you for gifting Fairnances a sub. I noticed that Fairnances had missed their Prime sub, and I did not say anything. But now Fairnances can't use their Prime sub for a whole month. What a shame, what a shame. Where'd the little construction bots get off to? I'm going to accept the quest now. We'll have, how many days here? 20 days to get building. Good. Anonymous, though, thank you again for your generosity towards a key member of this community. Where are the construction bots, and what do they think they're doing? Hi, little buddy. Deconstructing down here. Yeah, that should be done, I suppose. The monument marker has arrived. I believe it's the case that I can't place this unless the flooring is removed also. I can. Will the flooring count as completed flooring? So I've never done this before. I've never put a monument where there's already a monument. It causes problems. It's surely a mod conflict. Skyrim complaints are often the forum. Does it run without a mod? Yeah, I think that definitely the variety of mod issues there can be happen in a lot of really cool games. The only mod in Skyrim I know about is the one that causes all the dragons to turn into Thomas Tank Engine. So I'm definitely a fan of that, but yeah. I'm sure there are lots of great mods for Skyrim, but I managed to do my playthrough as more or less entirely vanilla as usual. I think I deleted this after placing it. Yeah. Kalmar, go ahead and move that, please. Research is 60% done. I've already need a ton of plasteel to make a single atomizer. And I think I'm going to put it here in the middle as like the atomization station. And in preparation, I will go ahead and smooth this little room. UI mods are essential for Skyrim. I don't think I've seen any of those. But truthfully, the one mod I really enjoy for Rimworld, don't tell anybody I said this, is the one that color codes the moods here. Just because it really causes my eye to catch the moves up and down. Like, until someone mentioned it, I actually did not see that you can see the character's mood in the background. It's the lighter blue versus the darker blue. But when it's like green or yellow or red, it really pops out. That said, I only use that for the YouTube. But I think if I were playing off stream, that's the one mod I'd use consistently. Okay, I'm going to say use granite for everything we can use granite for. And now, did it complete some of it with granite flooring already? It did. Well, there's a new lesson from me to you, and from me to me. So yeah, it's counting the flooring as the flooring. Huh, I wonder how we can make use of that in the future. I mean, this might just be the way to do it. Though it does kind of make me wonder, is it possible to actually leave up walls? So I don't think it is. I think if you build too close to walls, it says, no, you can't build there. That's cool, though. That's very, very cool, though. I just need a ton of granite to finish this thing up then. Now I kind of wish I'd said make out of wood instead, but we have scads of granite, no worries. Because that's done, we can then turn the construction stuff back on again. Though not here, because I want to use the granite up there instead. And what else did I turn off? This here, again, granite. These are steel, that's fine. Big boy, have you found anything? Not yet. Where's Big Boy? Is he recharging? Of course he is. The later in this playthrough it gets, the more I feel ridiculous having named my miner bot Big Boy. Because initially it felt really funny to say, and now it feels increasingly weird to say. I may need to change his name to like Mr. Middle-Aged, or Mr. Miner feels like an appropriate name instead. Yeah, I'm not sure. You're down for a rename? You don't like Big Boy? Mr. Melee would be good also, because that really is his key role here. I do also wonder if I should have built more than one mining bot. Large Marge. What was that from, Large Marge? I've seen whatever the property is, but I can't remember right now. Hey, Karma, how you doing? How's it going, my friend? Large Marge. It rhymes, must be good. From Pee-wee. Yeah, Pee-wee Playhouse. That's right. And I watched that when I was a kid, and then remember almost nothing about it, except for, the guy who played Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne, is that his name? Was in Pee-wee's Playhouse as some cowboy guy, I think. Don't remember his name, but oh, my youth. Cowboy Curtis. Cowboy Curtis, that's that. It's always very strange seeing major actors from one era showing up as being relatively minor bit characters and other things. And the genie, exactly, Trith, exactly. Yeah, man, Paul Rubens fell from grace very, very quickly, but he definitely gave me a lot of happiness when I was a youngster. It's like a zany kind of humor. I don't know how well it works these days. But as a 12-year-old, it was the best thing in the world. Actually, what was I watching yesterday? Noms and I watched Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Do you all remember this? There's a movie now, but like 10 years ago, there was a short film, like 2.5, 3 minutes long, about this tiny little character named Marcel, and it was a shell with googly eyes and tiny little shoes. And the whole show was made in stop motion, where they would like take a picture and then move it a little bit, take a picture over and over and over again. And like the Marcel character speaks in this annoyingly high-pitched voice and just says ridiculous things like, because they're very, very tiny, you know, I can't get a dog, but I use some like random lint as my dog instead. And I tie a hair to the lint and I take my dog for a walk. And I remember when I was younger and saw this 10, 15 years ago, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. But I think this was the era of humor like LOL, that's so random, holds up spork, right? This sort of thing. And I thought it was funny then. I don't know if like something has changed in our cultural understanding of what humor is, or if I've just gotten older, and so that kind of humor doesn't appeal to me individually. Like I do wonder if teenagers or younger would still find that kind of show funny. We found more uranium. The one thing I do not need is more uranium. I have almost 1,000 uranium, and that's just silly. Anyway, a movie version of Marcel the Shell with Shoes On came out fairly recently, and Noms and I have talked about watching it. The only problem, though, is when she saw this short film, which again 2 minutes long, she thought it was such a cute little voice that for the next day and a half she kept using it. And it was really cute, but then it was bedtime, and I wanted to go to sleep. No, it's a really cute show, and it's a bit of fun, but the humor is not exactly where it was from years ago. Got the uranium fever? Oh, yes. Man, that song got stuck in my head in such a big way. All the music from the Fallout series always, like, just gets in there in such a great, great way. It's like old dudes complain about comic books and fantasy, they lost youthful whimsy. Yeah, I do wonder how much things change from year to year, and how much people just get used to them. Like, occasionally I say, I'm so disappointed when new games come out and people just, like, aggressively and critically pan them. I think we often get over the top on our criticisms. And part of it is just because nothing is exactly new anymore. And so people get so stuck on, like, it's just a rehash of Rimworld, or it's a rehash of whatever game. And my thought is that, like, yeah, lots of games feel similar to other games. And, I think like the expectation that everything is brand new and shiny again is just impossible. It's only because it was brand new and shiny for you the first time that it feels like all games need to be that way. Yeah. Hey, Kim Possible, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day today. Mad guinea pigs once more. How many are there? I'm considering doing something very, very silly. Are you Mad Hunter? You are. All right. So, is it possible for me to set up deathmatch between guinea pigs and a whole bunch of little robots? I'm not going to move the robots very well, but if I can get them in the correct area to fight, it's probably fine. There are actually quite a few of them. This one is here. All right, what I need to do is let Bob come out. Fisticuff time. As long as Kelmar doesn't get caught out, we're going to be A-okay. So, good luck, Bob. Oh, boo, boo. Traps ruined the fight. Here we go. Bob on Guinea Pig, round 1. Ding, ding, dink. The Guinea Pig comes flying in with a wild right. A left. Bob bites and attacks. Another one down. Another one down. Here comes Jimmy to assist. Doesn't need it for a minute. Bob's ready to rock, so too is Jimmy. The next one comes forward. Man, they're consuming all my traps. I need to stop that. Those take a lot of work to put up. Are there any more? There's one more guinea pig somewhere. It's way down here. And it's just going for a walk over there. It'll probably stay in roughly this area until either it finds something to fight or until it goes to sleep. So we're fine. We're having Roomba versus rodent battles. You better believe it. Mouse versus machine over and over and over again. It's perfect. That's them back in, correct? Yeah, they're still working. As long as I just repackage the same game over and over. Yeah, I mean, I do struggle with this, right? I do struggle with, like, Football Manager, I love. But it's not exactly clear to me how much change in mechanics or graphics there is from year to year. And so I often wonder, like, couldn't they just put out a content pack that updates the current year into the game? Now, there are some updates into gaming modes and so on, but so little. Also, the game is mocking me. This is the second Imperial Trader that I cannot interact with. Good to see you all, though. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I know a lot of people do get frustrated with, like, Call of Duty 17. It's like Call of Duty 16, but with different colors. I think what I mean more is, like, it was that game Clanfolk, which is like an interesting Scottish family base builder. And so many people came in and said, this is just Rimworld. Like, no, it's not. There are no enemies attacking you. It's about the weather. And as a player, it felt importantly different, but I could not get it across. Because all people saw was little characters moving around in my little square rooms. Yeah, I think the quick move to this is just the same game is always a big mistake. Yeah, always a big mistake for sure. Hello, Marcus. Graveyard City? Yep. All right. Kelmar, probably a day and a half, 2 days more, and this research will be done. Yeah, I'd love to find one of those brain processor things, which I think is over here. Dual wire mind screw pain stopper. No. You may only be able to buy it, unfortunately. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree about Football Manager. Like, I'll keep buying them. I do enjoy them quite a bit, but there it is. Neural computation. This will help us with even faster research. Yeah, I'll keep buying Football Manager, even though I know it really is the same game. Now, I think between 2 years ago and this year, there was some major improvement that I liked, but I can't remember what it was. So, but no, I'm beholden to the game, and I like seeing all the updates and so on characters. But yeah, did we get that Devil Strand thing made yet? So I said to make a Duster out of Devil Strand. We have 66 Devil Strand. Is it 80 Devil Strand to make a Duster? It is. So we didn't get quite enough. I'm going to forbid it so that little buddy doesn't quite use it all up. So far, he's used no Devil Strand. We'll have some more grown pretty soon. All right, one thing. Damon and the Psychic Suppressor. A 52-year-old. Boop. Okay. Also, Bulk Good Trader passing overhead. What y'all got for me? So like I said, any unnamed animal, I'm happy to go ahead and sell straight away. Considering selling the Hogster in that they are addicted to ambrosia. But I think that's a nice little addition to the game. Who wouldn't want a addicted animal? Yak goes, the alpaca goes. Got to keep all the very many Kevins. Plenty of Nutrimine still. Probably always buy components is going to win out as usual. I'm going to mark all of them and then check in a second to see if we can actually afford them. I mean, with selling uranium, we definitely can. I'm amazed to see that the structuring chip is only 810 money. I thought it'd be worth a ton more than that. Okay. Did we end up making a whole bundle of parkas and such? Yeah, definitely some of them. I think we set up to make 10 parkas just to have plenty to sell. And they got 2 beds and a bunch of gold. I have almost no gold left. I haven't mined any out in a very long time, so I need it for making advanced components. So let's try to make 20 more of it if possible. But for that, gotta sell quite a bit more junk. So like I said, uranium is the go-to here. The ambrosia is not in range of the trade beacons. That's the one problem with having distributed storage instead of one giant storage room, unfortunately. Okay. So if the uranium costs a little over 3 each, I need 900. 300 is the obvious go-to, but each one's a quarter, and so every 5th one or so will add up to another $1 due. If I had some paper, etc. Let's try 259. Oh, that's not too far away. 272. 271. Let's actually just do 500 of it and get a little bit more money. Cool. Thanks for the visit. Do appreciate it. Bunch more components. Awesome. So those bunch more components should stop Fairneth's Core from making any more components. That's great. As far as advanced components, I don't know how many more I need to continue along. Also, do they have plasteel? I didn't notice. If so, I definitely want to buy the plasteel. We need more of that for making our first centipede. All right, our first raid ever, I believe, from the Point-a-Pig. Point-a-Pig. No, that's not true. First one in a long time, though. So a bunch of pigs have arrived in transport pods nearby. They're going to attempt to sap in many directions at once. So, number 1 is coming in right here. I hope they don't sap in here. It'll be super annoying if they do. Happily, we have traders hanging out. The traders are from which group? They're from the Empire themselves. I suspect that the Empire hates the Point-a-Pig quite a bit. Empire, enemy of Point-a-Pig. Yeah. Good for us. Hopefully they don't all die. And so there are more groups falling. We'll go ahead and unpause just to see where they crash land. Boo! Boo going inside of there. They're going to attack my little buddies. My little buddies will win, though. Where else do we see spots? Down here. And that might be it. So we may have a sapper group on this side and on this side. I'm going to trust the Empire to fight off the ones in the south. And so we'll have in the north, I do want to make this call again. When that's done, we'll have Kalmar move outside with this group. Cool. Make that call. Do you have plasteel? Of course you do. Of course you do. Like to buy it all. That's not going to happen though, unfortunately. Oh, there's silver outside, isn't there? No, there's not. There's gold outside. There is silver. So silver can't be used because it's not inside of the stockpile area. I believe. There's more than 700 out there, and yeah, we only have 250. That's an annoyance. So speaking of annoyances, the Point-a-Pig. Whole bunch of fiery fun. Some are walking into traps right away. And here is Swine, the naked paramedic. Are you actually naked? But of course, it's coming to fight little buddies here. So Is there any easy way to move little buddy over to here? The way to do it would be to suspend these and hope it goes to the nearest one, which is here, and then they'll fight together. Hello, Vera. Things are going really well today. A lot of fun in Rimworld. We fought the third boss. And having fought the third boss, we're very, very pleased. Down here, lots of fire fun. A dude named Mushroom. Gotta love that. And then up here, nothing too crazy. Though again, fiery fun. No concerns against the mechs there. Kelmar, come on down. Going for wood stuff. I was trying to rebuild the roof. I do want to rebuild the roof, but not immediately. It's here. Going to haul instead to build. It's missing 4. If I draft you and then redraft you, you'll go to there. And you're just off from fighting, unfortunately. And I can't move it any closer. So it's going to be a 1F another fight like it's Batman or something. How's it going? Swine has been cracked twice. Little Bob ran into his leg aggressively. On the other side, Bob's got some problems, so... Oh, boo, boo. Alright, so it goes down already. You in fighting mode. Oh, holy moly! Jimmy rams into Swine, attempting to hit him with a little construction hammer and stuns him all at once. Time for Jimmy to do some real damage there now. Okay, so there's an attempt by Moogog here to light this on fire, almost certainly. That's the sapping attempt. The only concern such annoyance is going to be if it is turned on fire, it might get very hot in here. And down south, they're still coming, so no worrisome sapping happening in this one. It's always very kind when they sap exactly where you want them to. The battle continues. Swine is covered and bruised. Jimmy is cracked but still fighting fiercely. Militors, you're gonna go scoot out into the middle. And Halberd, pop out that one. Lancer buddies see targets. Excellent whammoing. Oh, that's so sad. So Patty here has a ridiculous weapon, that chain shotgun, and missed every single shot. That's kind of unusual, but man, you gotta love it. So the Sapper's been still fought off. One down already. Little fire, no concern. We get all of our Lancers to the walls. Actually, we'll send our Mailers out instead. Jimmy still fights fiercely. Another stun! An ear ripped off. I don't know how he got to the ear. I imagine construction bots are very, very short. Maybe Swine leaned forward trying to get Jimmy's hammer, and Jimmy swung again, knocking that ear off. Alright. So, move Kelmar down to here. Actually, want to be careful with that. Okay. We don't want Kelmar to catch on fire, of course. Speaking of which, Space Heater, stay back, thank you. Go, little hauling bot, go! They're fleeing on this side. No concerns. Finish him, Jimmy! Finish him off! Oh! When the enemy moves to fleeing, the construction bot stops fighting, even though it's still being attacked. So it's only when they're explicitly hostile that bots fight back at distance. Yeah, I can't order them to fight anymore. That's really interesting. I didn't know it worked that way. Alright. Alright. No concerns at all, so let's go ahead and finish off Swine. There's no particular reason to. It'd just be fun. And down the south. One Imperial friend is down terribly. They die in 6 hours. Probably gonna try to save him pretty quick. Unfortunately, I can't get my medic bot out there to help, so try very, very soon. But they're doing well there. Okay. Out of command range. Elmar, keep moving forward. Open the door and punch a punch. Jimmy can come help also now. Okay. I'm going to trust that these characters can finish this thing on their own. And so move the main fighting force. Actually, no, the main fighting force doesn't need to do anything. It's just a matter of Kelmar needs to go save the dude who's downed. Kelmar's eye is bleeding. Wow. I want to say we got very, very lucky there. I didn't see this happen. But Kelmar just lost his nose. So this must have happened. Because Kelmar never went out to the end of the door. I talked about it and it never actually happened. So, it's this right here. So yeah, Kelmar was standing right here. There were enemies out here who were firing. His name is Luop. Which one's Luop? Here. And you had just a poor quality revolver. So, Reaper was coming through here or so. So Reaper's a Scyther, and so we've been over the wall already. So Luop missed the Scyther. It went through and knocked off Kelmar's nose cleanly. This video game just wants poor Kelmar to die, I'm afraid. Yep. Oh no, you're on fire. Oh no, I'm gonna try to save you, I promise. Oh boy, Kelmar. I'm gonna be cheesy. I apologize pretty strongly on this one, but just the way the game goes. So we're going to make a zone called Tynan Please Change right there. And then nearest bot is you. You're going to the Tynan Please Change zone. I'll move all the other bots onto non-combat roles. Unfortunately, Jimmy is down, but Wait still fights fiercely. There's no way to force which one it picks. Not that one, you fool. Not that one, you fool. I can help a little bit by forcing it to the middle position, but it can still, unfortunately, fight fire on the corners. Yeah, it's still choosing this one. Oh, now that one. Can't decide, can't decide. Alright, is it happening? Alright, Kelmar's go ahead and put that one out, thank you. Hey, very good, very good. Sorry for the cheesy play. Everyone else got nicely healed up. Yeah, it's really strange to see that the like Imperial visitors will heal themselves, but will leave their fellows on fire on the ground. It's a little bit silly. So Mary Moppins continue to work here. Give them the whole zone to put stuff out. Mopping first. So they do their assigned work before they do firefighting. I think unless firefighting pushes into their tile, then they do other stuff. Well, no worries. Just go free then. Alright. Alright. Oh, we're not rescuing to the hospital because someone made this a non-hospital bed. Try that again. And Dr. Game Merchant gets right onto it. You're gonna live. You might get infections, but you're gonna live for sure. And with the extreme blood loss, we could go ahead and do a blood transfusion, which I've never actually done. But I don't know how it affects consciousness and so on, so I don't want I also don't know if that kind of surgery will make the Empire unhappy. I don't think it would. It's a positive surgery, not a negative. But heavily researched artificial body parts, which will allow us to make a new nose for good old Kelmar. I think that one's called, is it body shaping? Just search for the nose and see. It's flesh shaping, there we go. That's the thing we want. Let's need to find a tech print for it first. This game is similar to Prisoner Architect, a lot more hardcore. Yeah, definitely certain similarities in the game style. When it first came out, a lot of people said, oh, the developer just stole the game from Prison Architect. It's all the same graphics, etc., etc. This is not true, but you can definitely understand why someone might argue that. There's a lot of different systems pushing together, a lot more needs to attend to, but yeah, if you like Prison Architect, you might like this game too. It's true, it's true. Alright, it is the case that I should probably get going in a minute here. I did want to finish the research first. I could have Kelmar come out here and put on a fire foam popper, but yeah, it's still 2,000 and some to go. Alright. So, I gots to go, team. I gots to go work on the YouTube video, or it's not going to get uploaded tonight. So, thanks so much for hanging out. An ad's coming apparently, but you're not missing anything but the close. Sure to appreciate your kind company today. We accomplished a goal. Can you believe it? We fought the third mech boss. Back to Rimworld in a week or so. We'll play some more of this lovely game here. Our goal for next time is something. Right, finishing this research and beginning to hopefully turn Helmar into more of a robot. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider throwing a follow. On Monday, we're playing Crusader Kings 3. Should be a lot of fun. And be a lot more fun when you're here too. Any fun plans this weekend? No. Teaching starts on Monday, so I gotta go finish my class. Yeah, my class, the class syllabus. That is the truth of it. I'm starving. Gotta fix that soon. Anyway, see you on Monday. It'll be good. For now, adieu, adieu, adieu to ya and ya and ya. Goodbye.